Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to HCS Pro Talk, your weekly Halo esports podcast. This is episode 56 for the week of January 22nd, 2019. My name is Josh, aka JK Fire, and today I'm joined by the man in the comfy as all hell hippocampus sweatshirt, Will, aka I am Mr. Mayhem. Will, how are you on this Monday afternoon?
Thanks for asking. It's been a hell of a day. I'll just say that. Don't want to really talk about it. It was rough.
I'll leave it to you.
Put on the hippocampus sweatshirt because it is comfy as hell. I can just sit back and chill and we can talk some Halo. So let's do that.
Let's do it. If you guys want to talk about Will's day, I imagine that he would be okay with talking about it in the Discord. Is that okay, Will?
Yeah. If you guys want to hit me up in the Discord. It was a rough one today.
You talk about Will's day.
What about you? How was your day?
You know, it's aight.
It's aight.
It's aight. It wasn't amazing. I can tell you that much. And you know that.
All right, yeah.
But, no, it was fine. It was perfectly fine. It was fine. It was a fine day. It wasn't amazing. It wasn't shit. It was just a fine day. But, Will?
Yeah.
It's about to be a lot better of a day. Because like you said, we get to talk about some Halo. And what's better than that? Not a whole lot. Maybe sex. But who knows? Let's get on with the show. Will, what do we always start the show off with? Roster Mania!
As always, we got some Roster Mania. So, over on noobcombo.com, they're putting together a free agent list or team of threes for the Gamer Forgiving or DreamHack Dallas. So, here we go. On the free agents list for Gamers Forgiving, we have the Bronx Demon, Adamant, I think it's what it's supposed to be.
Sure.
The Beer Belly.
It's a good name.
Gohan, Easy, Hippo, Tusk. 8 or 9? I think it's 8. We have Kevin Clutch, Ghoul, Admiral Bunny, Bulkasaur, and Too Vicious. All right, teams of threes who are looking for someone so they can pick someone up off that free agent list is Display, Word Famous, and Zypok. We also have Seesaw, Commence, and Kamad. And we have Realty and Saber also looking for a team. For DreamHack Dallas, the free agent list is as follows. The OG Killer, Jay Weezy, Gohan, Coco the Janitor, Galloping Elk 1. He's a coach, by the way. Easy's on this list as well. We have King Abyss. We have... Is it Elite? I don't know. Ann Sterling, Crewman 12, Assertive, Deadlie, Hippo, Just Eon, Trunks, Tusk, Protein, Slurshot, Poseidon's BR, Cool Ranch, Senpai, Joy Slays, Quicksilver, Bulkasaur, and Xcade 7. And teams of 3, or teams being put together looking for more players, we have, again, Display, Famous, and Zypok. We have Flamehead, The Only Toxic, and Engage. We have Dread Takedown, I Always Slay, and Daffy. We have a team of Tosh, Berserk. I thought there was one more, but it's just Berserk with extra letters at the end. Then we have Realty and Saber looking for more members to join their team as well. And that's all I got for WrestleMania this week.
Very nice. So we said last week that we were going to come through with the free agents that we got so far. Luckily, thanks to Maddie Rums and I think Veronica as well. Thank you guys for getting these all set up. And we'll be paying attention to this week in, week out while we lead up to Gamers Forgiving and DreamHack.
Yeah, it's awesome that they're giving a platform for these players to find each other on.
Yes, absolutely. So shout out to noobcombo.com. Maddie, you're great. You already know that. But, you know, we gotta talk about it every once in a while. Got to show you some love as well. And like we said, we'll be keeping track of this. So I guess we'll also say this. If you are a free agent and you are looking to compete at Gamers Forgiving and or DreamHack, then please reach out to Maddie Rum's Noob Combo and get yourself on that list. And that way, hopefully other people can find you as well. And it'll just go from there. It'll be a good time. Will.
Yeah.
You know what it's time for?
What is it?
COD and Other Games Watch.
Looks like we have actually a little bit of information here this week.
Take it away.
Congratulations to Frosty on making it into the Call of Duty Pro League with Enigma 6.
It was great. Those matches were insane.
I saw a clip of him just going off on one of those maps.
Yep.
It was awesome.
It is so good to see. I mean, we talked about it in the Clutch interview as well. It's that, and Onset, I think, it's that the players who play competitive Halo, right? They just have a knack for being able to transition to other first-person shooters. And Frosty's just another one of them. So congratulations to him. It's great to see. And yeah, I guess I'll just say, since this is our technical COD segment, we could say that. Congratulations to every team that was able to qualify for the Pro League. I know we are a Halo esports podcast, but at the same time, like we always say, you got to show love to other esports as well. Call of Duty MLG's doing some amazing things with the Call of Duty Pro League and the Call of Duty World League for that matter. And yeah, just check out those matches if you have the chance. It's great stuff.
I didn't see, did any other Halo players make it in?
Not that I'm aware of.
Yep. I know we had
Hook is already in there.
Hook is already in
because he's on Envy.
Yep.
And then Formal, who is on Luminosity, used to be a Halo pro, then made the switch over to Call of Duty. He's been in Call of Duty for a long time though.
Yep.
I think he's a world champion too, if I'm not mistaken, and on an Optic Gaming roster at one point. But no, there's lots different games as well. You know, Spartan making his run in Rainbow Six now.
Yeah.
I know that. Go ahead.
For Spartan is playing Rainbow Six competitively.
Yes.
2, he switched from controller to mouse and keyboard. Now that's
a big change.
That's a big change, and for him to be so successful so quick, I'm proud of my boy for doing that.
No, exactly. And then the other thing to think about too is that Ninja made the switch. I mean, he's not playing Fortnite competitively, but he made that switch from controller to mouse and keyboard because he was playing competitive Halo for years.
Yeah.
You know, you're right. It's not an easy transition to make, but
I stumble with it still. Like freaking, I'm trying to hit the F button. I'm pressing G. I'm pressing R. Like, God damn it, my hand's all out of position.
There's a reason why we're called HCS Pro Talk
and not Pro Play.
And not Pro Play. It's exactly it.
All right. So yeah. Congrats to all the Halo players making waves in other places.
Indeed. And that does it for COD and Other Games Watch. Which means, Will, it's time for Will's Adventures Within Haloverse and Other Games too. But I'm not going to talk about Red Dead Redemption 2 this time.
You didn't burn any more bodies?
I didn't burn any more bodies. God damn it. What did you play this week, Will?
All right. I played 2 games this week.
2 games?
2. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, obviously, the new one. Jumped into some multiplayer with you and Jordan.
Yep.
Did Justin LaFlush ever join us this week? I know we played with him last week.
I don't think so. Did you play with Joey at all?
No, I didn't.
Okay.
So it was just those, we played on Tuesday and Wednesday.
Yep.
And then I played some Sea of Thieves on Friday and Saturday.
With
Dom.
And Nick.
Yes. Yeah. I was like,
saved you there.
I remembered it was Bergie Fresh was his gamer tag. Yeah. I couldn't remember what his first name was.
Yeah.
So yeah, with Dom and Nick.
How'd that go?
It was fun.
Yeah. You make some monies? We
did. Raided a skull fort. Killed all the skeletons.
How long did it take you?
Not long at all, actually.
Good.
Okay, so story time on Sea of Thieves. So we're rolling up to this skull fort.
Yeah.
Like, oh, there's a random sloop out here.
Hey, can I do something real quick?
Sure.
Story time. Okay, that's all I want to do.
What?
You know, like Sea of Thieves, Skull Fort, kind of spooky.
Sure.
And, you know, I got the Will's Adventures. Yeah.
So we're rolling up to the skull fort. We're rolling up to the skull fort, and there's we're in a brig. So for ship sizes, it's sloop. There's a 2-man ship.
Yep.
Brig's 3.
Yep.
Galleon's 4.
Okay.
So we're in the brig because there's 3 of us. We don't want to. We could have gone on a galleon, but we didn't want to take all that on. So we roll up to the Skull Fort. We're like, oh, there's a sloop just chilling out here.
Yeah.
We roll up to it and like, oh, no one's on the boat. So they must have been like going to the Skull Fort, but they were a ways away. So they like shot themselves to the island.
Sure. You said you rolled up on a sloop?
They were in a sloop.
Okay.
We were in the brig.
Yep. Okay.
So they finally, one of them spawns back on the boat and they're like, oh, do you want to help us do this? And we just start killing them. Like,
wow.
Nope, this is...
Wow.
They were obviously... So they were new players. You could tell. They didn't have any, like, clothes that they would have bought. You know, it was just the starting clothes, no sales, no customization.
So you guys were assholes, basically.
Well, kinda.
Pirate's life for me.
Yeah, it's just a pirate game. That's part of the fun. So we started killing them. I think they got me once. I spawned back on our boat, got back onto their boat. Nick decided that, oh, we're just going to raise their anchor and make them sail off into the distance.
Oh, no.
Away from the Skull Fort. So they end up killing me again. I get off the boat. And Nick hid and he stayed on the boat.
Yeah.
So they end up driving to another island. Nick like surprises them, jumps on the boat. And they were like, well, he was here the whole time. It was hilarious to be a part of. And I think Nick just shot himself back to our boat from their boat.
That's awesome. Oh my god.
And then they left us alone.
Well, I would too.
Yeah.
They just had the starting clothes and whatnot. Would you want to go up against that?
No. They were pretty cool. They were laughing about it. They were just there to have a good time.
That's good.
And then I don't remember if it was before we did the Skull Fort or afterwards. But anyway, we got rolled up on by someone in a galleon, a group in a galleon.
Uh-oh.
Yeah.
How'd that go?
Well, we engaged in a fight.
Okay.
I jumped onto their boat because I think we either rammed. No. Okay. This is how it started.
Okay.
They start chasing us.
Mm-hmm.
So they turned around to come at us as we were sailing in a direction.
Yeah.
So say we're sailing north, they were going north as well. They decide to whip a Yui and come at us.
Okay.
I jump off the boat with an explosive barrel and wait for them to come at us.
Yeah.
I blow a hole in the bottom of their boat. While I'm doing this, I see that someone jumped off their boat to board our boat. Nick got the kill on the dude.
Good.
I blew up the barrel underneath, which killed myself because explosion in my hands.
Yep.
So damaged their boat. Nick was able to board. I respawned. We kept fighting. We got them anchored, and that was actually the end of it. Once we got them anchored, we were able to, kind of circle them. Dom kept cannoning onto their boat while I jumped on and I slayed out. It was like I was impressed with myself.
Hell yeah.
Getting the kills. We must have gone through like 2 or 3 rounds of slays while they were sinking, and I just stayed on the boat the whole time. I was using their bananas to heal, reloading, getting, I went with the sword and the pistol, and I got a couple of shots where I didn't even ADS. I just fired and got the kill.
Wow.
If watching Summit came in handy because I was using those strats of dancing around the different poles and jumping in certain areas, and yeah, it felt really good that we as a 3-man crew took down a 4-man crew. They didn't have any loot, so it
sounded like you slaughtered them.
We did. It started off rough. We got killed a couple times off the bat, but once we got their boat anchored, they weren't able to outmaneuver us.
Yeah.
They were just basically stuck there, and we kept, every time they tried to raise the anchor, you would just kill the person because they can't move, right?
Yep.
Easy. So I guess that's, if you're going to play Sea of Thieves, the biggest thing to do is get another team anchored, because then they're
dead in the water.
Sitting ducks, yeah.
Yep.
Dead in the water. So, it was fun. The only way I'll play that game is with other friends, though. Doing it by yourself, boring is all hell. It's not worth it.
Make your own fun.
Yep. Exactly.
Good shit. That sounds awesome.
So those were my highlights from Sea of Thieves. What did you play this week?
Well, it was one out of the 2 games that you played. I played 2 games as well over the week. Call of Duty Black Ops 4, like you said, played with you, played with Jordan. It was a good time. Got a couple play of the games. And I just think that what Call of Duty Black Ops 4 is just fun. I mean, yeah, you have bad games. Like you and I had a couple bad games, right?
Yeah.
It happens to everybody. But there's almost always a time where you can get a kill. And the fact that with the manual heal, you're able to stay in the fight longer. I mean, respawn times are still short as all hell. But the fact that you have that manual heal, you can stay in the fight longer, you can engage in more situations, you can make better plays. Like that, and the shooting is fantastic. That game is just so good. So good. I'm glad we picked that up. And then Halo of the Master Chief Collection for the community playdate that we had over the weekend. We played MCC the whole time, all 4 hours. We started off with some Social Slayer, and then we played some BTB. The one thing I'm going to say is that the BTB maps in Halo 1 are far too big. And I mean like far too big.
Did it feel, I don't remember what map we were playing, but it was during a community playdate.
Are you talking about the snow one?
Yeah, I think where you can drive the mongooses through. It was Halo 1. There's Sniper in
Halo 1 doesn't have mongooses.
Maybe not a full Warthog then.
Okay.
But there is Sniper in like the top of the base. It's kind of like a
U-shape?
A U-shape,
That's the snow one. No, we didn't play on that one.
No, but so when we played that game,
yes,
all but 2 members of the other team quit out.
Yep.
Did it feel like that when you were playing the big team?
Yeah, and it was a full team though, and it felt like that still. You couldn't find people.
Yep, it took forever for those guys to either make their way over or for us to make our way to them.
Yeah.
So that's what
it's I think I forgot who exactly said it. It might have been Justin. But someone said in the community playdate, like, this map could have 32 or 64 players and it'd still feel empty. And that's sad to me. It's that, I mean, I bet if you played it at that time frame, I bet it was amazing. But like I play it now and I'm walking around for over half the match.
Yeah.
Over half. Like, and that our last game went to time. Okay. It's up to 100 kills.
Wow.
The match went to time. And it was just, oh my God. So, I mean, they have a feedback place where we can provide feedback to what we would like with an MCC. And I think that the weighting needs to be reduced. The map weighting.
Sure.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yep.
When choosing a map, the weighting needs to be reduced.
This map gets chosen less often to play.
Yes. And that there are a couple that do need to be weighted less, like a lot less. Because the 2 big team Halo 1 games that we played were on the same map.
Okay.
And it was just, it's a nuisance. It was just a nuisance. But no, other than that, I think the community playdate went really well, and we had some really good games in there, and yeah, it was just a good time in general.
I wish I could have joined you guys.
Well, you should next week, right?
I will. Yep.
I mean, this week, technically?
Yeah, I will be there.
Sweet.
Yeah, I was busy playing hockey. Night didn't end well for me.
Did you want to quickly hit on that?
Yeah.
What happened?
Had a little injury. I basically, someone on the other team didn't have their head up, wasn't paying attention. The puck, so I guess I'll go into a little bit more detail here. Sorry for the extra time, but
you're fine. Go ahead.
I play right wing, so I was down in the zone, kind of in front of the net, trying to screen the goalie. Shot came through. Other team picked it up and dumped it out of the zone. So therefore, everyone is going up ice. For some reason, this motherfucker was coming into their zone still. I had my face towards their goalie, so my back to the play. And all I did was turn around to try to get out of the zone. This dude barreled into me, took me out. I fell. My leg got trapped under me, and as I went down, injured my knee. It is a MCL and LCL strain. I actually haven't gone in for it because I'm afraid if it's a tear, I might be out for a long time. I should probably go in if it doesn't get any better here in the next couple of days, which I will do. Don't worry, guys. I'll take care of myself.
You better. I swear to God, you better.
But yeah, I'm just taking ibuprofen, icing it, and then I'll be in a brace to help with support, because it does feel a little weak to stand on. It's unfortunate, but it's part of the game. You know, it's freaking, it's a brutal sport at times.
It's a physical sport.
So yeah, sucks that it happened, but I just hope I recover fast and I'm able to play again.
You'll be on the ice soon enough.
Yeah. Yeah, so I really should have stayed home and played some Halo instead of getting on the ice.
But luckily you have Saturday, Will.
That's true. That is true.
So yeah, we'll talk about the community play date later on in the show, but it was a good time. Had a very good time. Loving the MCC. Oh, and the biggest thing about it, we were trying out that new update. So, modern aiming.
Oh, yes, modern aiming. How did that go?
Modern aiming.
Or do you want to talk about it later?
I think we're actually going to be talking about it in the news. And we'll talk about it more there. So, believe it or not, that's all I got, which means it's time for the news, Will. First and foremost, we have the Big Team Battle refresh feedback. This is posted by Zaydenfell over on HaloWaypoint.com. And I quote, "As some of you already know, we've been working on a Big Team Battle refresh. We're now at the point where it would be great to hear some feedback. Please post your feedback, ideas, and wish list items in this thread, and we'll read through them and see how they fit into what we're doing right now. We're especially curious right now about starting weapon ideas, though keep in mind we can't change the behavior of specific weapons. Vehicle gameplay. How do you feel about the Warthog right now? Are there enough larger maps to really enjoy vehicles in general? And what about mode preferences? Thanks in advance for your input." So if you have ideas about the Big Team Battle refresh, the link will be included in the show notes of the Google Doc of the show. You can check it out there, provide your feedback, all that fun stuff. Moving on. And this is where we're going to talk about modern aiming as well. The MCC January update. This is posted by Sketch over at HaloWaypoint.com. And I quote, "Hello friends and welcome to the first MCC update blog of 2019. The team is back in action after an awesome update-filled 2018 and some holiday downtime we're excited to share kick off the new year with a brand new MCC patch. Back in November, we introduced the Match Composer for social matchmaking along with new aiming customization, ban rules, and a slew of fixes, all driven by player feedback. Today's update brings you into Halo's winter celebration and adds a new modern aiming option, a few more skulls to Halo CE, and numerous bug fixes. Let's dive into the details. Winter Takeover. Back in October, the team brought back Infection, where over 50,000 players participated in a matchmaking event to earn the new Flood nameplate. Then, in November, we introduced an updated Flood-themed splash screen and main menu refresh that tied back to the October Flood event. Moving forward, we will have periodic event-based menu takeovers with different in-game challenges or goals for the community to achieve. In our November update, we asked that between November 19th and the 30th, players help us deal with the infection that took over MCC by playing the Flooded campaign playlist. Many players heard this call to action, and with your help, the Flood have been successfully driven back. Now that the Flood has been handled, we can enjoy the snowy winter wonderland that has taken over our menus. The team is working on some additional special events and game takeovers for the future. Back in December, we asked players to come play at least 12 match-made games in the MCC Insider build prior to the holidays during the scheduled playtest times. Those who participated and played 12 complete games will receive their new Ugly Sweater nameplate unlocks this week. For everyone else, don't fret, you can earn the Ugly Sweater nameplate. Anyone who played at least 12 complete matches during December will be granted the nameplate later this month. And everyone who plays at least 12 complete matches in January will receive the nameplate in early February. So get out there and have some fun. New feature, Modern Aiming. This feature is designed to help adjust feedback from some players that aim acceleration in MCC doesn't feel right. The modern aiming option will help smooth out the aim acceleration zones on your controller by using values that are more like H2A and H4 than the older legacy titles. The big difference you will notice is that the movement of your cursor is much smoother with these settings turned on, and the aim acceleration zones and the diagonals are much harder to activate. This new setting feels so good that it is turned on by default in the older titles. You can change this back to legacy via the controller settings menus. So, quickly hitting on this, that's what I was going to talk about via the community plated information, right? So, moving diagonally is so much easier now than the legacy controller scheme or the legacy aiming scheme in older titles where it felt jagged. Okay? It's like you would have to move up and over, or down and over, but now you can just have a straight curve.
Okay.
Yeah, it's much smoother. Much, much smoother.
Could this have been due to the different screen ratio that used to be in the previous titles, and also moving from 30 to 60 frames.
That very well could have a factor. And I also think it has to do with how, since the newer titles don't have that type of aiming scheme, and they want to keep things moving forward, they introduce that option.
Sure.
You know? And you can still go back and change it back to classic if you want to. It's a button press away.
Yeah.
And the best part is that it's all per game. So you can still have it set up per game what you want it put as.
Oh, that's awesome.
It is awesome. And it's kind of like a love it, hate it scenario right now. I'm seeing a lot of people on Twitter being like, yes, I love this. I think this is great. Also seeing some people on Twitter being like, nope, I'm just going to stick to classic. Tried it. Wasn't for me. Moving on, you know?
Well, it's good that they left both options in.
Absolutely. It is great to see. New skulls for Halo CE. Ramp up the challenge and further customize your Halo CE campaign experience with the addition of 8 more skulls. Anger. Enemies and allies fire their weapons faster and more frequently. Bandana. Fixed a bug with this skull, so now energy-based weapons have infinite ammo as well. Catch. Enemies throw and drop more grenades. Ghost. AI characters will not flinch from attacks, melee or otherwise. Sputnik. The mass of objects is decreased, making them more easily displaced. That's just wrong. Strengthens the hearing of both allies and enemies. They will now notice the slightest sound of reloading or drawing a weapon, footsteps, etc. AI also have increased accuracy. That seems fucking terrifying. Thunderstorm. Field promotions to the rank of all AI characters so that they are more difficult to fight, smarter, and more dangerous. And Tough Luck. Enemies always go berserk, always dive out of the way, and never flee. So there you go. If you wanted more skulls in Halo CE, you got them there. They're there for you. Playlist updates. Along with today's update, we're also making some changes inside of social matchmaking. We would like to welcome our latest rotational playlist to the lineup, Super Duper Fiesta. This preset includes a mix of Fiesta variants across Halo 2 Classic, Halo 3, Halo 4, and Halo 2 Anniversary. This will be replacing the Team Action Sack option for the time being. Don't fret, Action Sack fans, it's a temporary refresh. To play Super Duper Fiesta, go to the social games and you'll find it in the game preset option. Note that it's using the Action Sack icon, but the description displays Super Duper Fiesta. We're also moving some of the game types that were in Action Sack to new homes. Full details below. Removed Action Sack and replaced with Super Duper Fiesta. 4v4 added a Super Duper Fiesta game preset. 4v4 H2, H2A, H3, and H4 added Super Duper Fiesta entries. 8v8 Halo 3 and Halo 4. Move BTB Heavy's entries from Action Sack to Slayer at low weighting. 8v8 Halo 4. Move Dominion entries from Action Sack to King of the Hill. With today's update, January 16th, there's only one notable change to the matchmaking playlists. Halo 3 Hardcore Team Doubles is being removed for now, since the tournaments that relied on it are now complete and engagement has slowed. Known issues. Below are a handful of known issues that the team is aware of with the January update. Each of these issues is on the radar, so no need to sound the alarm when providing feedback. These issues were initially messaged back in early December, so hopefully players have an adequate notice and time to plan accordingly. Campaign checkpoint loss in Halo CE and Halo 3. Due to work being done in the campaigns for both Halo CE and Halo 3, the mid-mission checkpoints for both games will be invalidated upon the installation of the January update. Please complete them prior to installing the patch or you will lose the checkpoint progress. Spartan Ops mission completion badges missing. The team has found a bug in this update that causes Spartan Ops mission completion badges to not appear if they were earned in a previous version of the game, prior to the current updated build, or after the title is relaunched after they have been earned. The stats are being tracked appropriately and badges are awarded, but it's just that they aren't visibly appearing at this time. We are looking into a fix for this, but wanted to inform players as this bug will be in the January update. Career stats. In this build, certain career stats may appear temporarily blank or not populate without first navigating to another stats page. In campaign playlist progression achievements, we have been investigating achievement-related queries players have been discussing in the MCC support forums for a while and have found an issue that is present with this update. Currently, the ODST, Halo 4, and Halo 2 campaign playlists will not grant achievements correctly when the playlist is started in a previous build. A player takes a new update and then completes the campaign playlist on the updated build. We are investigating solutions for this currently. As a reminder, bookmark the MCC support page on Trello for the latest known issues and overall MCC development status. Looking ahead, there are a few things that they're going to be working on in future updates. These include IP masking. We know there are some vulnerabilities and issues that allow some nefarious jerks to ruin players' good times by kicking them out of a session. This is a priority area the team is working on. Some additional details can be found on the Trello board. Custom game browser. It's been a while since this was announced, but rest assured that this is still happening and should make an appearance in the MCC Insider build for community testing sometime in the next few months. Post-game Carnage report. Various updates and improvements to the MCC PGCR are in the works. We'll have more details to share later. And there's a little bit more information in the article as well. That's it for that one. Next up, Action Sack and Halo 2 BR Slayer are back within Halo 5. This is a tweet from the Halo Twitter, and I quote, "Hop into a Mongoose sumo match in Action Sack or BXR your opponents in Halo 2 BR Slayer. The choice is yours. Both playlists have returned to Halo 5 for a limited time." Forge Hub community favorite map for December has been announced. This is a tweet from Forge Hub, and I quote, "Vale, a 2v2 Slayer map by Canadian Echo and Weedcough, wins first place in our community favorite map vote for the month of December." And the final piece of regular news, we have new Halo stickers, Will.
Oh boy.
They're available on Amazon. You can check them out. We don't have them, but Sandy Lions and Initial Trends have them. They're on Amazon. Check them out. They look pretty neat, Will. Next up, Will. You want to say it, don't you?
How neat is that?
It's pretty neat. All right, we have some competitive news for you guys. First and foremost, the Gamers for Giving tickets are available right now. A link will be included. Check it out. If you're planning on attending, purchase a ticket. DreamHack is hiring for Halo. They're currently hiring for a community manager position part-time in their Halo division. You can check out the tweet that's in the show notes of the Google Doc of the show and apply if you're interested. Next up, UGC's The Halo Classic official feedback submissions. This is by Midtone. This is a tweet from Midtone, and I quote, "Also, please send any and all feedback for the Halo Classic stream to tony@ugc.gg for consideration on our next Halo event. Seriously, do it." That's the tweet I was looking for. Remember what I said last week, Will?
As long as they fix it.
I want a tweet. And I got the tweet. And I'm making sure that we put in the feedback. Constructive feedback, obviously. I'm happy to see it. Thank you, Midtone, for putting that tweet out. And we hope that the next event is just bigger and better.
For me, I'm hoping that in the UGC Halo Classic that we just had,
yes,
it seemed to me that it was quantity over quality.
Yep.
I would like that flipped a little bit. And I feel like I just feel like they can do so much better. And it's not that I'm harping on them for not doing well on this last event. It's just, you want them to succeed. You want them to put on a good show.
Yep.
And I believe they have the means to do it.
100% with you. We said it all in the last episode. You can go ahead and check that out if you're interested. But yeah, there's a lot to get into. Just a lot to get into. But no, we obviously want the best for it. We want it to succeed, and obviously it was a success. We just want the next one to be bigger and better, and they can only do that with everybody's constructive criticisms. So please, if you watch the streams, provide the feedback. Don't be an asshole. Be constructive. Be clear. Be concise. Be respectful.
I believe they kind of prefaced that before too.
Yep.
When I think they put a tweet out about giving feedback to them.
Yep.
And I mean, yeah,
it's the internet though.
Yeah, it's the internet. But putting out a comment just saying "get good" or something like that's not going to help anything improve in the future.
Not at all. And also saying that everything is perfect is not going to help anything either.
Yeah.
Because it wasn't. That's all I'm going to say.
I wrote a quote on my whiteboard at work for all my SSRs to see, all of our delivery drivers.
What was that quote, Will?
It's, "I never lose. I either win or learn." So I don't think UGC won. They can definitely learn from it.
They can. I think you said that last week, too.
Did I?
I think you did. That sounds very familiar.
Yeah, I may have.
Yeah.
I just love that quote.
It's a great quote.
Love it.
It is a great quote.
Love it.
And the final piece of regular competitive news we have, Hanging Up the Sticks, a look at McWin and Halo. This is by Doug Cortez. It is a great, fantastic article over at ESPN.com. We'll include a link to the article. It's lengthy. We're not going to read it all here. Please go ahead and check that out. Give it like 15 minutes of your time. Read through it. It's fantastic. Will is jazzed right now. Will, do you want to explain why you're jazzed right now? What are you drinking?
I'm trying. All right. Break from the show. Here we go. Ranty. Well, not ranty time, but off topic. I'm drinking a Game Fuel. Mountain Dew's got a new line out.
It's Mountain Dew Amp.
It's
Game
Mountain
Fuel.
Dew Amp Game Fuel. So they got rid of the Game Fuel tag from their soda line.
And they also got rid of their Amp.
Energy drinks.
Correct. If you go to a grocery store right now, 9 out of 10 chances, if you look at them, they're all going to be discounted because they're getting rid of old stock.
Mm-hmm. Yep, they're discontinuing that line.
Correct.
So now they have Mountain Dew Amped Game Fuel.
There's 4 different flavors.
There's 4 different flavors.
Red, blue, yellow, and green.
Yeah.
And we got all 4.
Yep.
What is your favorite right now? What would you say your favorite is, Will? You've had all 4 now, right?
Yeah, I would
That's
say
your
it's a
fourth
toss-up between the blue and the green.
one? Okay.
The blue, it might even just be the green, just because of the flavor of it.
You see, it's like just more of a jazzed up regular Mountain Dew.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's good shit.
That's why I'm jazzed.
Just jazzed right now. We're jazzed it.
But yeah, no, I think the green's my favorite. Blue's a close second. Red's in third just because it's almost too sweet for me.
Sure.
And then the yellow one's on the bottom. I wasn't a big fan of the tropical flavor they provided.
Natana tried it too, and she her initial reaction what the fuck was that?
Yeah.
And I'm like, I like it. I don't think it tastes bad.
And by all means, none of them are bad. It's just my least favorite of the group.
Yeah, and that's a commendment to them. We're not sponsored or anything by Mountain Dew. Hey, Mountain Dew, get at us. But either way, that's a testament to them is that none of them are bad.
Right.
I'd be fine with drinking any of them.
Yeah.
And I personally favor the red one because it tastes like a more jacked up Game Fuel that they had, the cherry citrus.
Yep.
And I always love that one. It's my favorite pop of all time. But yeah, they all taste really good. So
yeah,
it's good stuff. Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel. Get yours today.
So yeah, I'm bouncing in my chair because energy drinks late at night to get the show done.
It's good stuff. You got to do it. What better way to do it than with a Mountain Dew Amp Game Fuel?
Again,
people are going to think that this is an ad right now. But
not an ad, not sponsored.
Mountain Dew, get at us.
Yeah.
Should we get back to the show, Will?
Back to the show, Josh.
All right. So, all right. Now we have I'm introducing, I told Will about this before we started the recording. We're introducing a new quote unquote segment right now. It's still the news, but since we have so many tournaments being announced, we're including them all within the separate news segment of tournament announcements. So let's get into those. First and foremost, we have the UMG Prime $250 Halo 3 4v4 tournament that has been announced. It is taking place Thursday, January 24th. So this week on Thursday, if you're interested in signing up, I think it's a $5 entry fee, and you have to just be a Prime member on UMG's website. But yeah, sign up if you're interested. Can't wait to see the results of that one. Next up, we have the Microsoft Store Halo 3 MCC 2v2 tournament announced. This is by Martin Contreras Jr. Sorry if I mispronounced your last name, Martin. I apologize. This is a tweet from Martin, and I quote, "Excited to welcome back Halo MCC for 2019. Join me for the 2v2 throwdowns, Sunday, January 27th at 12 p.m. You can go ahead and check out the link. For the record, this is not the announcement of every Microsoft store doing a Halo 3 2v2. This is just Martin coming out and saying that the store that he works at will be doing one. It is called the, I think it's the Halo 3 MCC 2v2 Throwdown. I think that's what they're calling it. Check out the link. It's included. And if you're interested, join it up. If you're in the area, of course. Next up, Nade Straight's Halo 5 Twitch tournament details have been announced. So we covered this last week. Nade Straight released a video on Twitter announcing his return to Halo 5 tournaments. We have a little bit more information now. So if you watch that video, there's a crest at the end, and he clarifies on this. So this is from Nade Straight, and I quote, "To clarify, the crest at the end displays 4v4 global, which does indeed mean global. Tournaments open to all in order to boost player counts. The 2v2 tournaments are European only." So there you go. 4v4 is going to be open to everybody. 2v2s are going to be EU only. Happy to see it. Good shit. Next up, the Halo 3 8v8 BTB tournament has been announced. This is over from BTBnet, and I quote, this is from their bracket link, and I quote, Start date and time. This is going to take place on March 2nd at 12 p.m. Eastern Time. It's subject to change. Rules. Violations of the following will result in an instant disqualification. No dinos. Participants can be Spartan only. Cheating. Standbying, host boosting, sharing accounts played in an alternate account. You must register each player on your team with his or her XBL gamertag. Subs are not allowed to switch between games, only series. Best of 3, best of 5. Official game types and maps must be used. For teams, minimum 8 players, 10 max, with 2 subs allowed. Tournament structure. There's going to be a double elimination. So there's best of 3 in normal bracket, best of 5 in the semifinals and grand finals. And for hosting games, no EU players will host any of the games. The first game will be hosted by the higher seeded team, chosen at random, and hosting will swap after that, Team A, B, A. A dry run to perform a host check will also be ran before an actual game. Only whenever the host switches / a new player hosts. This means host starts the game, player moves and shoots to determine if there's any delay. Makes sense? Makes sense. Next up, Calgary. I always mispronounce this shit. I'm terrible. Calgary Halo tournaments have been announced. This is a tweet from Calgary Halo. The 3 tournaments are January 27th, the Microsoft Store Halo 3 2v2 Showdown is back at that Microsoft Store. February 12th, there's a Halo 3 MCC 4v4 with Calgary Esports. And finally, February 17th, there's a Halo CE tournament at Smash Logic YYC. You can check out the tweet. Information will be in there. Next up, the tournaments don't stop coming and they don't stop coming and they don't stop coming. Next up, we have that Will You Be My 2v2 Swatentine. There's a Halo 5 tournament announced by Nap Times. This is a article over on SWATnation.net, and I quote, "Say what? February is the month of love and friendship, and we at SWAT Nation will bring you our next SWAT tourney. It's proof. Mark Chose and myself will be co-hosting Will You Be My 2v2 Swatentine, a 2v2 tournament where you'll choose your best half and take it to the arena. Let the fires of SWAT kindle the love of the season. Teams will compete for their piece of a $300 USD prize pool, and Mark Chose is also rewarding an Elgato Game Capture HD 60S to the MVP of the tournament. But what's the format? We have a 2v2 SWAT tourney where you pick your better half. We'll be sticking to the double elimination format. To spice things up, the weapons for this tournament are the Halo 5 Magnum and the DMR. The maps included are Regret, Empire, Tyrant, The Rig, Eden, Plaza, Coliseum, and Truth. But when is it? The tournament will take place Sunday, February 24th, 2019 at 2 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Registration deadline is Friday, February 22nd, 2019 at 10 p.m. Eastern Daylight Time. Bracket will also be posted at this time on stream at twitch.tv/naptimes with a Z. Naptimes with a Z. Next up, the Halo Wars Championship League Season 3 has been announced. This is an article by Breezy Starfish over on HaloWaypoint.com, and I quote, "It is time for the first Halo Wars Championship League series of 2019. For those who don't know, this community-driven tournament series that has alternating tournaments on weekends, all leading up to one grand invitational. The invitational at the end of the season will have prizing provided by 343 Industries and have side events with additional prizing. It's time to get ready for another season of competitive real-time strategy. There are 2 different organizations within the Halo Wars Champions League: the Banished and Halo Wars Tournament Central. Each of these organizations will be hosting official tournaments and side events throughout the season, all leading up to the main event, the HWCL Summer Invitational. To be invited to the Invitational, individuals must compete and place in top finishing positions to gain HWCL points. The top 12 participants with the highest amount of points will be invited to the Invitational. The last 4 positions in the Invitational will be decided by participating in the HWTC's Champion League. In short, win official HWCL tournaments to make it to the main events where you'll earn prizes. Let's get to the specifics of the HWCL. All tournaments worth points will be in the 1v1 deathmatch format. All events will be live streamed and casted on Twitch by the hosting organization. Points are awarded as follows. First place is 30, second is 20, third is 15, fourth is 10. If a tournament has over 32 participants, first through 8th place will receive an additional 5 points. Conduct rules of the HWCL include 3 tournament no-shows result in a tournament ban. Harassment will result in a ban, be that of an HWCL staff member or a player. Gameplay rules of the HWCL include Decimus is banned until further notice, and Glassing Beam Level 3 is banned until further notice. Here is the schedule for those who are interested in competing. January 28th, HWTC. February 2nd, Banished. February 16th, HWTC. March 2nd, Banished. March 16th, HWTC. March 30th, the Banished. And April 13th is the Invitational. To sign up for the tournaments, visit the challenge page included there in the article. Want to get involved in the Halo Wars Championship League? The Banished and Halo Wars Tournament Central both have Discord servers where you can jump in and have conversations with other Halo Wars players. The Discord servers are included in the article. Check it out. I just joined the Halo Wars Tournament Central Discord today because I asked them. They don't have a Twitter.
Oh, all right.
But if you guys want to get in contact with them, please join their Discords. It's good shit. They have a lot of great people in there. Next up, our friends over at Europa Halo have announced a Halo 3 free-for-all #1. And I quote, "Ignore the tournament saying it's Halo 5. There is no MCC. This is going to be over at twitch.tv/Europa Halo. This is an old school Halo 3 FFA. 3 groups of 8. Top 4 go to round 2. Top 4 in round 2 go to the grand final. MLG FFA settings on Heretic. It's going to be obviously Europe and London time zone. The prize is it's for fun. Rules: top player on each group will be host. Use MLG FFA settings on Heretic. We already talked about the 3 groups of 8. Top 2 go on to the final, with the best 2 third place players going through as wildcards. Disputes will be raised with the admin. Europa Halo, glad to see you back. We need to get your logo. If you're listening, we need to get your logo. We need to put it on the stream. I'll DM you. I'll slide in those DMs, Europa Halo. You got me. Next up, the AGLA Winter League signups have opened. Will, you know we love the American Griffball League of America. We got some information for you folks. The AGLA Winter League 2019 season has arrived and marks the return of competitive Griffball to Halo 3. Signups are open for 1 week, and games can start as early as Monday, the 21st, which is, I guess, today. But the official start date will be announced closer to the weekend. If you have any issues registering your team or a playgriffball.com account, join the Discord and message Sonic or an administrator. The signups for the AGLA Winter League 19 are going to be included in the link, but I actually think that registration is closed because apparently registration closed on Sunday. I think. Based off their tweets. So if it's still live, then awesome, you can still register. But if it's not, then I think registration closed. You can join the Play Griffball community Discord at the link they provide. Maps and game types. All maps can be found on Run, Knockyard Run, MCC Halo 3 file share. The new standard 4v4 court is Foundry Court, and the new AGLA livestream and NH Court with teleporter starts as AGLA Foundry. Again, you can find it all there. The default game type can be found in the Rangemore Nerd MCC file, Halo 3 file share. And the default game type is called AGLA Griffball. Rosters. The minimum number of players to field a team is 4. The maximum number of players on the team is 6. A team captain will be designated during signups. Captains are responsible for communicating with other captains to schedule matchups, adding and dropping players, reporting games. Players can be added and dropped from rosters at will up until the roster lock. The date of the roster lock is to be determined at this point. Any player may substitute in games if agreed upon by the opposing team's captain, and trades are acceptable up until the trade deadline. For the regular season, teams will sign up with specified days they're available to play. The full regular season will be created by administration during signups. Games are almost always scheduled between 8 and 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Teams will match up against every other team at least once. Each matchup will consist of 2 games being played back-to-back. Games are expected to start promptly at the scheduled time. Teams are expected to arrive in a timely manner to not delay the start of the game, as games will often be played back-to-back on the same night. Teams are expected to wait at least 15 minutes for the other team to show up. Afterwards, teams can either wait or get off and reschedule at a later time. Reschedules will be allowed at a limited capacity. Guidelines on reschedules will be explained in depth in the coming days. As long as you effectively communicate with other captains, you'll be fine. Neutral hosts will be standard but not required. Each team will have their choice of NH for one of the two games in each matchup. Teams may use an on-court host if neither team can find an NH. Lobby leaders will always have host in MCC custom games. The last week of the regular season will have 0 games scheduled to allow teams to play any rescheduled matchups. Game reporting and stat tracking to be explained in detail in the coming days. For the playoffs, playoff bracket will be created immediately after the last regular season has concluded. The number of teams in playoffs will be determined after signups, dependent on the number of teams. All playoff series will be best of 3. Player awards will be awarded based on regular season performance. And for the league administration, you have Ragemore Nerd, Sonic Nachos, Silva, Thumping Hawk, the Eastbrook, and Mungo Pungo.
Mungo Pungo.
Mungo Pungo.
I like it.
What a great name. Will, and I'm sorry for talking everybody's ear off, but that does it for the news. Will, what do we have for some scrims?
No scrims to report on over the last week.
Will, what do we have for some tournaments?
All right, so let's get into some tournament recaps. First off is the 4v4 SWAT for Life tournament recap. So first place went to Dynasty, which was Abrupt, Boo Boo Doo Falcated, and I'm just assuming Sabinator.
Yep.
They took home $350. Second was hashtag Brownwall, which was Furiously, Blaine Doctor, Crossfade, and Its Name, taking home $210. Third place went to On Another Level, which was Smokey a Dig, Fear Spawn, Hydrix, and King Urban, taking home $140. Fourth place went to EU Connection. This was Prospectful, Cleese, Shady, and Batchford. Bracket and VOD will be included within the Google Doc in the show notes. A tweet from Naptime said, "Thank you to all that came out and supported hashtag SWAT for Life. We raised $859.38 for the charity, and Alzheimer's Foundation there was selected to be the recipient of the winning team. There's nothing better than playing SWAT for a good cause." Josh, over to you.
So first, congratulations to all those that played in that tournament and for raising money for a great cause. The Alzheimer's Foundation's amazing, and the fact that you guys were able to raise like nearly $1,000, like that's awesome. So good job to you guys. That not enough praise can be sent your way. Next up, we have the Halo Draft League Week 2 standings. This is posted by Maddie Rubs, aka noobcombo.com. And here are the standings. First, we have a tie for first place. Safety's Off and Casually Filthy, both with a 3-0 record. Third is going to Scars Esports with a 3-1 record. We have a tie for fourth, which is Stay Trippin' and You're in Trouble, both with a 2-0 record. Sixth is No Mercy with a 1-2 record. Seventh, Infusion with a 1-3 record. We have two eighth place with Sierra and Harmony K, both with an 0-3 finish right now. And last, but certainly not least, we have Spellbound Gaming going 0-4 currently with their matches. The regular season ends after week 10 is concluded, and each team has matched each other twice. The top 5 teams will move on to the playoffs. Be sure to follow the league on their Twitch channel to view matches when they go live. And as a matter of fact, we included a link to all of their VODs, so you can go ahead and check out all of the hot matches that they got going on at the Halo Draft League. Will, take it away.
Next, we had the Halo Wars Tournament Central New Year 2v2 open results. First place went to Admiration and Mike Beeston. Second went to Yodesla and Diverse. Bracket and VOD will be included if you want to check out some Halo Wars tournaments.
There really is, like, if you guys haven't watched, like, we know that a lot of our listeners, you know, pay attention to the Halo 3, the Halo 5 tournaments and whatnot. Seriously, if you guys have not watched a SWAT tournament, a Griffball tournament, a Halo Wars tournament, there's so much fantastic play that happens around non-traditional competitive Halo. And, like, just please take some time. Go watch those VODs.
And, you know, when we started doing this, I didn't think I was going to be a fan of watching competitive Griffball. But it's the fact that it's played at such a high level.
Yeah.
It makes it really entertaining, makes the games, you're on edge because you don't know who's going to win.
Yep.
It's really cool to watch, really fun.
The communication's on point too.
Yeah. I highly recommend it to anyone who's just a fan of esports in general. I know Griffball and these other, SWAT, they're not in the limelight, but they're still amazing to watch.
They are. Please take the time. And the people who are putting it on deserve to have that recognition, So just thank you to everybody who puts on these tournaments, because it gives us something to talk about on the show, and you guys put on amazing shows as well, so keep up the good work. All right, well, so I'm an asshole, and I didn't even hint at this at the beginning of the episode, but you know what? If you've been listening for the past few weeks, hopefully you know what's about to happen. Ladies and gentlemen, from us at HCS Pro Talk to you, we present to you the one and only PaulShi. Hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to a special HCS Pro Talk interview with the one and only PaulShi. So, he's been a part of the community for quite some time, and also a competitor in the Pro Battle League, and we finally have him on the show. So, for those who don't know about you, go ahead and tell us about yourself, PaulShi.
I'm PaulShi. Real name's Paul, if you couldn't guess it. I started out with Halo 1, like a lot of people did and did not start off on. First event, MLG 04 Anaheim. Placed in the top 15 to 28 bracket. Out of 150 teams. I left. I played Halo 2, went to some competitions there. Left to join the Army when Halo 3 was a thing. And then I came back for Halo 5 and went to my first HCS Las Vegas event, and then got 21st. So I've been there for a while. I'm a dad of 2. Like I said, Army veteran now. I'm out and happy. I think that's about it.
So you've been to a lot of events then. That's pretty fucking sweet.
Yeah, I've been to quite a few of them. So I got to see MLG progress. Because the first MLG event I saw, advertised, you got to bring your own box. That's
really?
That's how old I am.
Oh my god. An MLG, if you think about it now, with how much they've progressed.
Yeah, the Overwatch League they have. And
the Call of Duty World League and the Gears League that they have. And you look back at that, you're like, you had to bring your own box.
Yes. That's way
insane.
Back when. And I have funny stories about older pros. I even have a funny story with Port Puckett I could tell about if you guys want.
You know what? Hold on to that, because I really want to know about that when we get to the Halo segment. That sounds amazing. Okay, so let's ask some... Well, I guess you answered Mark Francis's question on Twitter. He asked, what do you do for the Halo community, or are you just a former pro? So if you have anything else to elaborate on the community aspect of that.
Well, I like to be a nice guy, even though I'm naturally a dick. I just like to be a nice guy. I'm just one of those people that, if you don't know about the Halo community and being a competitor in it, it's hard to find teammates and people who would give you the chance to play with their team or to run with them. I give everybody a chance, even a second chance, because everyone deserves that. Again, I'm the PBL Seattle Strikers captain and manager. Play for them. And if not, dude, I just like getting people together and play 8s. That's what I was doing a lot of during Halo 5. Just, hey, let's get people together. Let's play. Let's freaking get you better. Let's try to get people known. Because another thing that Halo community does, which I don't like, is they kind of segregate themselves. It's oh, hey, this is this tier of skill level. We play together. And letting somebody in is tougher than it should be.
Yeah, like those fucking Warzone kids.
Oh no.
The Warzone clan, the clanners.
Oh yeah, straight up, dude. The ones that run full squads in Warzone.
Dude. Those kids they're sweaty. They're their own kind of sweaty.
They are. They're the real MLG pros of the circuit. That's
not gonna
I'm
lie.
just kidding.
Warzone is fun.
See, as I've said multiple times, is if they just made it to where if they made it so it didn't make it where the last bullet that hits the boss gets all the points, I'd be more happy.
I hate that, dude.
Yeah.
I was playing Warzone Firefight the other day for those XP boosts.
Yeah.
And I got the kill on the final boss with a pistol shot because I was out of Rex. I just rushed in there and just started firing, and I got all the points for it.
See, just think about that if you're going up against other people.
Right.
Because then the whole other team would get those points. You'd be like, well, what the fuck was the point of that then?
Yeah.
But maybe for Infinite, we'll change that up. All right, awesome. All right, let's ask some personal questions. Are you ready, PaulShi?
Mm-hmm.
So, you said your name's Paul. That's obvious. And I think I know where the second part of this name comes from. But do you mind elaborating on where the name PaulShi came to be?
I would love to. But prior to starting that, my old gamer tag used to be Pula. It was just Paul spelled wrong. And that was my old gamer tag.
Okay.
And that's literally how I got it. We could tell a story about that as well. That could be a whole different conversation. But PaulShi, because I loved Yoshi. Like, when I was younger, like Yoshi Story.
Oh, that game's amazing.
That one of Yoshi's Island I loved as a kid. My friends like why don't you just play Yoshi on Smash Brothers kind of thing, and I didn't even use him on Smash Bros. But then PaulShi's Halo 2 montage came out.
Oh, such a great montage.
Yeah, and that part where Zyos, the infamous line, if you don't know it, you're too young for me. It's called Teamwork, Hachi. Like that line, my friend Samuel, great friend of mine, he started calling me PaulShi. He's like, it's called Teamwork, PaulShi. And he would not stop saying it, and I hated it because my tag was already Pula. I'm already like established in the Halo 2 community. And then during the downtime of Halo 3 or whatever, he had a kid, and he was like, hey man, do you want to be the godfather of my child? I was like, dude, I would fucking love that. That would be dope. Yeah, of course I'd do that. He's like, you gotta do one thing for me though. I was like, what? What do I have to do? He's like, you gotta change your tag to PaulShi. And I want to see that shit on stream and on main stage. I looked at him like, fuck. I'll do it. And then I had to just make the change. And at the first Vegas of Halo 5, when I came back to Halo, I got to be on main stage and get fucked up by Panda Gaming.
That's amazing.
Yeah. So
That's a good reason to change the tag though.
Oh yeah.
That's really good. Oh man. All right, well, since we're on the topic, how did the first gamer tag come to be then?
Literally. My voice still good?
Yep, you're good now.
Okay. So I pretty much, in my hometown of my little town called Coalinga in California, no one knows about it.
Cool name, though.
I was the best at like all the games. Like I was playing Mario Kart, I was playing GoldenEye, I was just the best at all of them, and everyone knew in town knew I was the best. Or like Pokemon facts, like I was just the hugest nerd. And then is like my longtime best friend now, Brent. He came up to me during at the park or something. He said, "Hey, I heard you're good at GoldenEye." I'm like, "Yeah." Like, then he asked me like, "I heard you're the best." I was like, "Yeah, I am." He's like, "Why?" I'm like, "Why you want to play?" He's like, "Yeah, dude, let's play." I'm like, "My house is a block away. Let's do this." We went, and he beat my ass.
Oh no!
And I was like, "What is this? Who is this animal?" And then he's like, "Yeah, man, that was pretty good. Do you want to play something else?" Because like I was irritated. I was like,
"Oh, you want to beat him now?"
Yeah, I was like 13 years old, just like, I don't know how to feel about this. Like, I was decimated. It was like Vegeta came into town and killed Goku. And that's how it was. And
correct.
Yeah. So he was like, before we stopped playing and stuff, and they became like more in the mood each other because we played other games, he was like, my brother and his friends are better than me. And I was like, what is this? So I went to his house, and then these people introduced me to Halo. Like, I got to see Halo 1. I got to see an Xbox for once. They're like, hey, man, you want to play? Want to try it out? I'm like, yeah. And they're like, what's your name? Paul. My name's Paul. And he typed in the fucking little Halo main menu, and they spelled Pula. And I was like, hey, my name's not that. He's like, whatever, man, just play. I was like, okay. And then he started introducing me to everybody as Pula. So literally, I went to high school. People thought I was Pula, and they did not know my name was Paul. Like, that's how close the nickname stuck to me.
That's fantastic, actually.
Yeah, like if I went to a high school reunion, they'd still call me Pula. That's the crazy thing.
See, it's amazing because it all started with Halo 2, you know? I mean, not the numbered Halo 2, but like...
Halo as well.
Yeah.
Halo also.
That is awesome. That is really fucking cool.
Yeah.
Oh, man. Well, all right, Pula. Next question.
Hey. Go ahead. I still like the name.
Awesome. So you currently stream for Eastern Media GG.
Yes.
What is Eastern Media GG?
They're a different type of organization, that's for sure. Because I've streamed for maybe 5 organizations now.
Okay.
And they've all not been so good to me. Except for like maybe 1 or 2. I'm not going to say any names.
Okay.
Because usually it's like you stream for them and it's just like, hey, some people think they're going to get paid for stream teams, but no, you don't. It's more of just like, it's like a clout factor. It's like, hey, I'm going to stream for you. I'm going to have your name on my stream. I'm going to wear your merch maybe.
You get a couple shout outs on Twitter and whatnot.
Yeah, stuff like that. But Eastern Media is just a community. Like, I didn't have to freaking sign a contract or anything with EM. It was literally just a friend of a friend who is the CEO I know. I applied just like anybody else, and I made the cut. And it's just like they pay their designers. They're good people. Like I could talk to any of them in their Discord or the Twitter. And it's just not an organization like what you think it is. They literally just have people we just could find people there. You don't have to be like an official member to say, hey, I'm a part of EM community. That's what's also great about it.
That's awesome. So it's like a family.
Yes, it's a pretty dope family.
That's fantastic.
Except they like pineapples on pizza. I don't know how you guys feel about that.
I'm not a fan, personally.
I don't mind it. It depends. It depends.
If it's there and that's all I could eat, I'm gonna eat it. Like that's how I feel about it. I'm not gonna order it myself.
See, it's just you have that sweet and that savory.
Yeah.
That's what it is. It's a good combination to have. I mean, I get why people don't like it, but it's all right. Okay. So Pula, next question for you. Are you in any sports at all? And if so, what are they and what teams are you rooting for?
Los Angeles Rams, baby.
Okay, so I'm glad you said that. So now, what are your predictions on the divisional games and then the Super Bowl as well?
I'm thinking, okay, so of course I want the Rams to win. I want them to win.
Yep.
I have hope. Because I've been a fan of them since I've been in the womb. Like, by default, I was a come-out a Rams fan. And that was back when they were in LA originally, if you guys don't remember that. So, of course, I'm going to say the Rams. And then who else is playing? Is it the Chiefs? And
Chiefs, Patriots.
Chiefs. It's going to the Chiefs.
I think so, too.
Yeah.
Okay, so then you're rooting for the Rams, you're rooting for the Chiefs. Super Bowl, Chiefs-Rams, repeat of that Monday Night Football game. Who do you think is going to win that Super Bowl?
I'm going for my Rams, baby. I can't not say them. Like, that's the thing. Like,
see, I think they have the more. They clearly have the more veteran squad, not the more veteran coach, but I think they have the more veteran squad.
Definitely.
So, but that Mahomes dude, oh man.
Oh yeah,
he slings it.
I don't know if if they just make it to the Super Bowl, I'm gonna be happy. Because the last time we made it to the Super Bowl, like '98. I don't really remember.
Well, hey, how about them Vikings though?
Dude, hey.
All right. So here's a question for you.
Yeah.
On a scale of 1 to are you fucking kidding me? Hell yeah. How excited are you for Kingdom Hearts 3? Or is your Twitter bio lying about being a Keyblade master?
Okay, I am so fucking psyched. Okay, so I'm definitely a fan. Okay, yeah. I played every single fucking installment of Kingdom Hearts except for like the few like, oh, it's fucking 1.5 like kind of ones. But I wear a Kingdom Hearts belt every day, even at work, and it's not a part of my uniform. I don't care. Like I love Kingdom Hearts so much. I want tattoos of Kingdom Hearts on my body. And I already have the deluxe, most expensive copy pre-ordered. And I am working that day at my job where I can't pick it up literally when I clock out. So I'm like a giddy little schoolgirl, like meeting the Backstreet Boys for the first time. Like I can't describe how excited I am about this game.
So I didn't include these questions on here, but I'm going to ask anyway. Who's your favorite and least favorite character in Kingdom Hearts?
Okay. It's a good one.
Can I leave it to main franchise games? So like 1 and 2?
1 and 2?
Yeah.
Okay, that makes it easier.
Okay.
So, oh my goodness. So of course I'm going to say Sora is my favorite. Like I cannot like Sora.
Sure.
And then oh man, for least favorite, it's definitely one of the bad guys, of course. And oh man, there's so many easy ones to hate.
Throw one out there.
I'm gonna say Xehanort, like just because he comes back to life too much and he's coming back again. God, just die, Frieza. My goodness.
I think Donald might be my least favorite.
Donald's also a good one. Or what's the guy's name with the guns and the eye patch?
Oh my god.
Organization 13.
Oh my god, isn't he? Wait a second. No, I know who you're talking about. Yeah.
But he was like the most difficult boss for sure. And I just remember like not being able to beat him because like the certain pattern was always different. And
was he the one that teleported all the time?
He teleports and he'll like disappear and then shoot a billion bullets in the air and they stand still.
Oh my god, dude.
And then they collapse on you. Yes.
Yup, I completely agree. That boss is a motherfucker.
He'd be number 2 for sure.
Absolutely. Oh man. Well, hey, I hope the game's good because everything that I've seen on it, the trailers and whatnot, like it looks like Kingdom Hearts 2 turned up to 11. So
dude, it better not do bad. That's the thing. And I know they're not because how much time they've had. Like,
sure, you would hope so, right?
If you'd had this much time and you fuck it up, I don't even know. Like, I would be so crushed.
Well,
like,
hopefully that doesn't happen.
Oh no, I'm feeling the same way about Halo. Like this next Halo.
Yep.
You got time.
We're all in that same boat.
Oh yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna be a first-time father soon here. So, what advice do you have for new dads, being a father of 2 yourself?
I know one thing you're feeling that you're not ready.
Yeah. Yep.
Trust me, I wasn't ready either. I wasn't even ready when she said she was pregnant. Like I was just like, what? This is happening. But just cherish your time with them for sure. Because when they grow up, you're gonna immediately think like, man, like you're not a baby anymore. Like you're not gonna be able to like, because when they grow up and they're able to walk, kind of thing. It's such a weird disconnect. Like you don't need me to carry you around anymore, and it's kind of like it's a disconnect, but it's not because you're a proud father.
Yeah.
Also, tip: if baby takes naps, you either game or you take naps. I'm telling you now, because I don't know what kind of baby you're gonna have, what kind of like if it's gonna be chill, if it's not, because both my kids, they were totally different.
Okay.
My daughter took a nap and then freaking she was like calm when she was awake, and I would game when she napped. My son, he napped, I napped. Like he's a handful still, and he's 3 years old.
Oh man. Well, I hope I have one closer to your daughter because I have a girl all the way too. So that'd be really nice.
First, so you have like there's like more chances that she's gonna be like calm and cool and collected. But there's definitely gonna be nights where like I'm gonna tell you now, there's be nights where you seem like you can't calm them down and just be there for them. That's all it is.
Yeah.
But
great
congratulations
advice.
Again, man. Just you could do it. Trust me.
Thanks.
I could do it. My dumbass could do it. You could do it.
Thanks, PaulShi. All right, let's move on to some military questions. So we asked you on Twitter if you'd be okay with us asking these. You said ask away, so here we go. There's nothing too deep diving. So how long were you in the military, and what branch of the military did you serve?
I was in the Army, and I was in for 7 years.
Awesome. What was your job within the military, and what types of training were required for said job?
I was in the infantry, the front lines, or they call it the grunt. Only training you really have to do is just go to boot camp. Like, I went to boot camp, basic training, whatever they call it. It was like a 6-7 month training. But once you're in, you do all kinds of training, no matter what you do within that. Because like I was an infantryman, but there's so many little like sections and like subclasses you could say of things I could do. But what I did, which is kind of funny now, I was a striker operator, which is what the Seattle Strikers are named after.
Well, that's a coincidence.
Yeah, because I love that vehicle. It's an 8-wheeled green killing machine for sure. And I was trained on that, and I was like one of the top people that was in Fort Lewis, Washington, and Fort. I even like
well,
need to like, hey,
I think we're losing you here. voices going in and out.
How about now?
Sound good right now.
Okay. So I was saying, I even had to I had to make an SOP, like a standard to the striker. Like, this is how it's supposed to look. This is how you're supposed to set things up. This is where this goes. This is where this goes. And then our whole battalion, which is 3,000 said people, get to use this standard. So I think I did a lot. I deployed once, went to Afghanistan, did that for 9 months. It was a good and bad time. I experienced firefights, experienced some IEDs, an improvised explosive device, if you don't know what that stands for. I didn't lose anybody, thank goodness.
That's good.
My company is one of the few that had no casualties. Anything else about that you can ask away? I could, because I'm totally comfortable talking about anything about it.
So you said you were stationed in Afghanistan. Did you try any weird or bizarre food while you were over there?
I wasn't stationed. Stationed means I stayed there for years.
Oh, gotcha.
I was deployed there.
Gotcha.
There you go. You're good. Okay, so here's a story. You brought up a story. So what you would do, you have to get nice with the village people when you're there, because we live pretty much on their land, but this little section is part of the armies or governments or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And we went to their little house that's made out of mud and wood and twigs and stuff. It's weird. And they brought in this goat, and we're just hanging out. Our helmets are off. We're just chilling with these guys. And they're like, oh, you want to pet the goat? Goat's nice. I'm like, oh, hey, we're petting this goat. This goat is nice, whatever. And then one of my friends was like, you totally know we're about to eat this thing, right? And I was like, what? And then they took the goat to the back, and then an hour or so later, they bring out kebabs.
Oh, no.
And bro, these fresh ass kebabs were bomb.
Oh my God.
All right.
Dude, some of the best meat I've had. I swear.
Oh my, he killed your goat friend and made fresh kebabs. Dude. Holy shit. I guess that's the culture. You can't go against that. It's the culture.
Yeah, their culture is definitely different. Way different over there.
Man, that's awesome. Fresh goat kebabs. I don't think I've ever had goat kebabs anyway.
Well, it's worth trying.
Should go to Afghanistan just for those.
No.
Don't
go to Afghanistan. I recommend you don't.
Noted. All right. Did you earn any medals while serving?
Oh, all kinds. But there's a bunch of them that you just get because you're there kind of medals. But of course, I got my good conduct medals for just having no negative things come about my contract or me for each 3 years I was in. I got awarded the combat infantry badge, which is you got shot at in Afghanistan and you survived. Because if you got shot at and you survived, you get a Purple Heart. I didn't get that, even though I think I should have at one point, but it's okay. What else did I get? I got a bunch of good conduct medals. I say good conduct medals. Oh yeah, I got the Army Accommodation Medal a few times. I think I got 3 of those. Which those are just huge pats on the back, sadly.
See, I like how you're explaining what each of them are, because you see people in uniform and you see a bunch of stuff on their uniform and you just don't know what it means. I don't know what it means.
There's 3 of them. When you come out of basic, you already have these are your 3 medals you got for being at basic.
All right.
And then what was the rank that you left the military with?
Sergeant. It's an E5.
That's awesome.
So I got to yell at kids, and it's really funny because at my job now, if they tell me hey, can you tell this person not to do this? Managers tell me to do that. I'm like, can I be assertive? Can I bring out Sergeant? Yeah, go for it. I was like, all right.
Can I bring out Sergeant? That's fantastic.
Yeah,
I'm about to sell my little army in me.
Yeah, yeah, because that sergeant role means you're more of leadership where you're looking over other people. So you got to have that
assertiveness, that dominance. Yes.
Very nice.
I guess that go ahead.
I was gonna say thank you for your service. Thank you for doing that. I think I would have. So for those who don't know, I'm a type 1 diabetic. I think I would have gone in because I had friends that were all joining when, high school ended, but I just couldn't because of my diabetes.
Mm-hmm.
So, thank you for doing that.
Anytime, man. I'd never do it again.
Thanks, Pula.
Anytime,
So, what advice would you give to someone who is thinking of joining the military?
Initially I would say no, because it's like, it's not for everybody.
Sure.
Like, trust me, there's people that I served with, and I was just like, you shouldn't be here. Like, you don't have tough skin. You're not mentally strong. You're not physically strong. Like, it takes a lot. It takes a lot to be in the military, for at least what I did. Like, if, hey, you're some smart guy and you're going to go into freaking military intelligence said, like, you're going to be behind a computer, you're going to do intel, like, and you're smart with it, and you want to do the military, go for it, man. You want to do Navy, you want to be on a boat for so many months. I'm not going to stop you, but I'm just saying, everybody know it's not for everybody. It's a way out, that's for sure, because that's kind of why I did it. Because I was in a dark time of my life before I joined. And if you do it, use your benefits wisely. That's for sure.
That's awesome. Thanks for keeping it real too, because not a lot of people explain that it's really, that, like you said, it's not for everybody.
Yeah. Like, I'm not gonna be like, hey, let's bump up the numbers, let's get more military because America. I'm not gonna bullshit you. I don't bullshit anybody.
It's the way it should be.
Yep.
All right, should we move on to some Halo questions?
Yes.
Let's do it up. So, you already answered how you got your start with Halo. So now, what are your plans for the Pro Battle League Season 4?
Well, I gotta conjure up a team, that's for sure. Because 2 of my older teammates don't want to play because it's just Halo 5 and they don't want to play Halo 5, which is okay. And I've already gotten some messages and some people that want to play. And I'm going to do that, definitely. Going to play in it. Hope we try to get each other together again, because what we did was like, some of the matches were like, hey, let's get together and get to go to the Microsoft store or something, or go to somebody's house. Let's get together and like meet each other. Let's go have breakfast and like build this team chemistry, because if you have good team chemistry and have a good time playing the game, it's a better environment.
Any potential people for the roster that you're thinking about? I know it's early, but
I can't release that information. No,
oh, okay. All right, PaulShi. All right.
No, there's a few good people. There's some person that hit me up, but I've had bad taste in my mouth from them in the past. It was really funny. I'm not gonna say their and I even told them straight out, like, hey, in game you get really toxic when things don't go your way and no one listens to you, and I don't want that on my team, and I'm willing to try you out again. And he just turned around and went, nope, I don't want to be a part of this. All right, man, good luck with life. Like, it's hard finding people, and then me telling them like, hey, I'm the leader, this is how it's gonna be, I'm sorry, you want to reinvent the wheel.
Right, you got to lay down that law as the captain.
Yeah,
and you know exactly what you're looking for. And
this is a good segue to this is why there's so many roster changes. You guys just talk so much during that segment.
Oh my god, there are so many fucking roster changes.
Yeah, we could talk more into that in depth later.
Sure.
All right. Okay, next question. So this, I think you're going to have a little bit more to talk about here, because we asked on Twitter for people to post questions for you, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we had some people ask some things that I think you're going to know a little bit more about, so you can delve into a little bit further. So first, Will Mannon on Twitter asks, is Trent going to go bottom mid? And then Josh on Twitter asks, will Trent go bottom mid to car 1? And then Defiled, who I think is Trent, says,
yes,
no, I'm going car 1 to bottom mid, fools. So what's the story about all this stuff that's happening?
All right, so these are a group of friends that I'm so glad I got to like establish myself in the Halo community quickly and then meet them. They're all friends, and Trent has been one of my teammates. He was on the Vital Squad that I was part of, and we went to Atlanta together.
Okay.
And he's a good friend. We all play 8s together and kind of stuff like that. So on that map, what's it called? The new midship? I can't even think of it. Truth. So
Yeah.
On Truth, that's his strat, is to go car 1 to bottom mid, or just go straight bottom mid to try to get weird angles at the beginning of the game. Like, I don't know if you ever watched like Ryan Noob play. Ryan
Yeah.
Noob will always thrust slide and then go to top mid every time. That's his thing. And that's what Trent does. And there's a clip on Twitch I'll show you guys later after the interview.
Okay.
And we're playing eights, and I'm just like, I jokingly said, I'm like, hey, who wants to bet me $5? Trent's gonna go bottom mid. And then my friend Brandon goes, hey, I'll bet you $5 to go bottom mid. I'm like, all right. So we're both gonna bet each other $5, and if he does it, we owe each other $5. And he's like, yeah, let's do it. Game starts, and like, oh, hey, I'm going camo, I'm going call, or this and this, Talk call out. Hey, there's one shot over here, one shot over there, and then out of nowhere you hear Trent's bottom mid, and I die of laughter because how fucking funny it is. Like, I was shooting somebody at like top car or top P3, and I stopped shooting, I thrust away, and I have to get my binding back because how hard I was laughing.
That is amazing.
So that's Trent going bottom mid for you. And then I got an update on that. Apparently, Trent believes he's like a philosopher when it comes to video games. He believes me doing the same strat is perfecting it. Okay, man.
It's also the definition of insanity.
You do you. I'm not going to stop you.
I mean, does it work for him? Does he stay alive down there? What?
There's times where if we're going like to a scale of 10, maybe 3 out of the times it works. Like if people haven't played him before, that's when it might work.
Sure.
But when you're playing with us and like we talk pre-game like that, like, hey, Trent's go bottom mid, right? All right, let's just throw nades over there. Like, it's not gonna work.
All right then.
You ever think that maybe it doesn't work because you're throwing nades at him in that scenario?
I mean, we could throw bullets at him too.
Oh my god, that's so funny. Holy shit. All right. Nick on Twitter asks, how does it feel having a spot on Eden named after you?
I love it. I love it. So, Red Window on Eden is my spot. So, on my Vital squad, on both my Vital teams I had, I had aggressors on my team and like people that were slayers, like better slayers than me. So I would just hold spots more. And on Eden specifically, if we controlled the stronghold, what was it? Nest and top mid, I would be in Red Window with the light rifle and I'd ruin everybody's day. Like if I was getting damage in that window. So one of the teams started calling it PaulShi, and it just grew from there. And like more people were playing eights with us, and they would hear that more and more often. And it was like definitely a staple in my little community I had of people to play Halo with.
So if Trent always goes bottom mid and you always go Red Window, isn't that somewhat the same thing?
Yes and no. I'm just not like spawning blue and then going, I gotta get to the window. Like, it's not robotic and just like, I gotta get I don't know what to do without the window. That's not what happened. It was a big difference. Like I said, if we had Nest and top mid, you need someone on that red base so they don't spawn there.
Yeah.
And so Red Window, I have so much view and I have so much places to run to. And like, I'm not going to be like, oh, hey, we got top mid and freaking blue bend. I'm going to be in Red Window.
So what I'm going to do is I'm going to reach out to Trent on Twitter and I'm going to be like, hey, you should team with PaulShi again. What you should do is you just nade him out of Red Window every time you guys are playing on Eden.
No, what he would do is freaking Hydra me. That man's Hydra is weird. That's one of the best. He has like Hydra fucking rockets that hit you like Halo 2 plasma pistols. They just get to you somehow.
Jesus Christ. Yeah, those things are crazy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Barry on Twitter asks, when is our next lead match? Ha!
So, Joy Slays, I guess that's his @ that's he's part of the Strikers. And
Okay.
Well, our next league match just got announced literally an hour after you tweeted that, I think. Next week, I think our match is. Wait, what's the date?
Soon.
Yeah, no, start off the 10th. I think the 10th's the first match. Oh, so yeah, 2 weeks. And I gotta get a team together, get some hours in with them, so it should be fun. But I'm just playing Halo, and I'm gonna have a good time regardless.
Hell yeah.
Unless I get a blank melee or blank shot, then I'm gonna be angry.
Oh yeah, those are not fun.
Oh no.
All right, Search on Discord asks, what do you feel some of your biggest obstacles are in the community while trying to make it to the top level of playing? And what advice would you have for someone looking to break out in the scene?
That's a great question. Whoever you are, thank you. It's like
He's
I
in
kind
the
of
Discord, so you can thank him there.
All right, let me get there real quick. No, I'm kidding. So like I said before, it's like the community has like these like posses, these cliques of like, hey, these are the people we play with. That's it. So getting yourself established, it's just like it's hard, but if you have the skill and you could like have the communication, you could get there. Because that's exactly what I did. Because I came from Halo 1 and 2, and I'd leave for Halo 3, Reach, and 4, and I'd come back for 5. Nobody knows who I am. Like, I was just a nobody. And I changed my tag as well, so that didn't help either. You have to have a Twitter, that's for one, because that's how people reach out. We don't use the Halo 3 forums anymore, if you remember that, or the MLG forums, because that was the way to reach out. And there's like free agent lists and forums and threads and stuff. Just have a Twitter, put yourself out there, and just play the game. Like literally play the game. And if you play somebody that's good and you feel like you felt good with them, send them a friend request, send them a message, ask for an invite. Like, don't just sit there and hope for it to come to you. Like, if you want it, you have to chase it. That's exactly what I did. But it was definitely discouraging. You gotta have thick skin, because when I was a nobody playing Halo 5 and trying to get a team, I would hit people up on Twitter and like, oh, hey, what events you went to? And I told them Halo 1, Halo 2. Like, oh, well, whatever. This is Halo 5 now. Like, did you play Reach? Did you play Halo 3? The fucking greatest Halo of all time in their eyes. Like, no, I didn't like Halo 3. All right, fuck you, scrub. And then I would not get to play with anybody. I had a lot of interactions like that when I first came back. So all I did was just find some people that are around my level, and we had a good time playing. And we never had a day of practice. I'm going to tell you that now. We never had a time where all four of us got on at once. We went to the first Las Vegas and got 21st place, which is nuts to me because we just got together and played.
You guys just clicked.
Yeah, we definitely had a good time. We were smiling and laughing the whole time while playing. And just, yeah, put yourself out there, try to play with people, meet people, network. Just play, man. Anyone can do it. Anybody can.
See, when those people asked that question of what Halos did you play, you should have said Halo 4, a.k.a. the greatest Halo of all time.
All right. I'm so glad this came up.
Uh-oh.
I like Halo 4.
PaulShi.
PaulShi. Hearing you say that over and over in a podcast, I'm like, I can fuck with this kid.
PaulShi! My dude!
Okay, so the difference between like other Halos and Halo 4, the only reason I like it is because when the reticle's red and I shoot, the motherfucker hits. Like, that's hit registration.
It's a true statement.
Halo 3 doesn't have that. They have that weird leady thing that I'm not good at. We can talk about how much I hate Halo 3 later. But
oh, no.
So,
PaulShi's got hot takes, Will. I'm not the only one that has hot takes.
I love hot takes, by the way. It's my favorite. It's my favorite.
Hell yeah, dude. Halo 4 is the best Call of Duty that 343's ever made.
Yes.
I love the multiplayer in 4. I'll say it till the day I die. I love the multiplayer in 4.
I don't love it. I'm just saying, like, if people are playing it, and then, like, if we, like, when MCC was like, you're just going to play Halo no matter what happens. Like, you're just going to play it. Like, if Halo 4 came up, I was like, whatever. I don't like it, but I do like it. It's a love-hate relationship.
Sure.
Overall, like it.
So I think there's definitely some weird shit with 4. Like the weeble wobble of like you running and whatnot. How big the sniper is in that game. Like it's in a casual sense, I think that multiplayer is fantastic. Obviously in a competitive sense, no. It doesn't work at all. All right, so before I even ask the next question, I have to know, why do you hate Halo 3? We have to know now.
All right, so this is why initially I hate it, was when it came out and it was like big. I lived in Hawaii. Okay. For a year. And do you remember how bad the BR was off host? Yeah. If you just shoot like pellets at them while they're shooting bullets at you. Like, it just doesn't feel right.
You still have that issue on MCC.
Yes, you do. Yep. But I was in it was a connection issue, and there's a bandwidth difference. I'm in Hawaii and I'm playing Washington, Oregon, and California, maybe even Texas sometimes, I have to be like 2 feet in front of you so my bullets look like they're hitting.
Man, that sucks.
And then it was just bad. But even before they moved there, I was playing Halo 3 quite a bit. But it didn't feel like Halo to me, because every Halo is different. But this one, I felt like I was 10 feet taller. I felt more clunky. The shooting was way different, because you come from Halo 1, where Halo 1's the the least amount of auto aim or like assist on any Halo ever. And you have to like kind of determine where they're strafing to what you want to shoot. It's not even a lead aspect. It's different. Then Halo 2 coming from, it's red, it counts as you're hitting them. In Halo 3, I see the red dot in the middle of the BR and I'm shooting you in the head and it doesn't count. I was like, this is weird to me.
Yeah.
And don't get me wrong, sniper definitely takes a little bit more skill in that one.
Mm-hmm.
From Halo 2, where you could swipe snipe. And if you remember people fucking doing a 180 degree turn and getting no scopes out of nowhere, is because you could shoot within like a good foot of their head from either left side or right side. And if you're moving your reticle, you're going to get that hit registration, which was so easy. And people complain about it, and Halo 3 made it more precise, which is like, I could watch Halo 3 events. Like, I watched this Halo Classic. Shit was hype. People hitting no scopes.
Yeah.
That I could commend it for. And how they changed the power-ups, it was kind of weird to me. It just didn't feel like Halo. It was like they went a really weird direction. Halo 3 changed the Halos. It was the beginning of the downfall of Halo for me, personally.
Yes.
Because it just seemed different. Like, everything. There's many people who loved Halo 1, they were the fucking best, and then Halo 2 came out, didn't like it, left. Halo 3 came out, and 2, a lot of people left too. A lot of people stayed, but I just had to leave. And then I just played the living crap out of that and prestiged all the time. Like, it wasn't fun to me. I don't know. It just didn't feel right.
You're talking about Modern Warfare 1?
No, Modern Warfare 2 is what I played instead of Halo 3. Not the benchmark of Call of Duties.
That was a great game. That had the Javelin glitch in it, didn't it?
I think it did for a little bit. But
yeah. I think MW2
when
did.
people stopped using, MW2 did.
All right. Next question.
Mm-hmm.
What are your overall thoughts on UGC's The Halo Classic and the return of competitive classic Halo in general?
All right. How they set it up, like hey, we got 32 tickets to passes, come get them, that's it. That whole thing, and then having like, we need more passes, more people want to play. Like, they did that shit perfectly. Like,
yes, they did.
They marketed that shit so well, and like, it worked.
Yes, they did.
And one thing I didn't like was the whole like, oh, hey, by the way, Halo 1 on the side. I'm like, are you kidding me? Like, I would have gone if I wasn't taking my kids to Disneyland. Like, so I literally, the week before the event, I took my kids to Disneyland. It's a lot of money if you've never been to Disneyland. Or
I can only imagine.
Bro. Okay, we won't go into that. But I would have went to play Halo 1. I don't even care who would have been my teammate for the 2v2s. I would have went and played in that. And I would have had the greatest time, because I heard Retro Twin Bob and John were there. Those are Halo 1, Halo 2 good kids that I used to play with. It's just, oh my gosh, they did it right. I know the B streams, I guess, were bad. I didn't get to watch it all. I just watched the main stream the whole time.
Sure.
Because I also watched my friend Devious Alliance Grunt. He did that like highlight video, so I watched that before coming to the podcast to talk about it.
Yes.
They did a pretty good job. The casters did a good job.
Yep.
There were some sound issues. Hey, I think they just what was the saying when you take up too much to bite that you could swallow?
Yeah, they bit off more than they could chew.
There we go. Fucking Christ. That's what happened.
There we go. That's awesome.
So, that's what they did. But hey, kudos to them, because they brought back people to come play this game. Like,
they did, yeah.
That's what the community needed. And like, where we're at right now is like, I like to compare it to Melee, because I don't know if you guys ever watched the Melee documentary.
Oh yeah.
Oh, it's so good. And everyone listening hasn't taking the chance to listen to it, or watch it, please. It's like a good, crazy thing that happened in esports history, pretty much. It's long. It's like, what, 2-3 hours long or something like that?
There's multiple parts.
Yeah, so watch parts like every other like day or something. It's a great watch.
It is one of the best, not just esports documentaries, but it's one of the best like documentaries that is out there, period.
Oh yeah, definitely top 5 for me.
Yep.
But that's where we are right now, and we need to keep pushing this, and we can do that as a community. Is that like we could keep it alive? Like they literally built it, and then we I don't want to say the ending sentence of that. You really they will come.
Yeah,
we went. We're coming right now, not in a sexy way. If they did, that's your own business.
Just saying, it can definitely be a sexy way.
Yes, it can. That's all I know is freaking the hype behind the matches was great. And then I rewatched some of the stream because you guys were talking about in the last week's episode, they didn't pan out in the crowd. I was like, this is fucking, they were right. Like, what is this? Like,
yep.
Why not do that? Even though I've been to events and they do that whole like, all right, guys, we're gonna turn the camera. You guys get ready to shoot. All right, yeah, get hyped. Whoa!
It's exactly what happened in Seattle. That's exactly what happened in Seattle. Christ.
Yeah, it happened at Vegas with us, but they didn't do like, hey, everyone has to do it. They're like, just like raise their hands, and we raised our hands and started clapping too. And there's like in the moment hype. That's the hype you need to get. Like,
yeah,
that's the best stuff. It's like when you get the winning team standing up, like just do that to the crowd a couple times in the middle of the games.
Exactly, like when somebody gets a sick triple kill or someone hits a couple sick snipes, it's like show people's reactions to that because people are screaming.
Yeah. Apparently Blackbeard was the only one doing all that.
Apparently, yeah, because that's the only person they focused on.
Yeah. Jesus. Fucking Pat, man.
Was that a good fucking Pat or a bad fucking Pat?
I'm just gonna say, Pat to begin with left a sour taste in my mouth because of the whole like these videos he's posting on Twitter and like the Anaheim Pirates, yeah baby, here we come. I'm like, this guy's a fucking douche. Like,
oh no.
Like you fucking, can you see this guy? Like because no other was different. It was different or whatever.
Yeah.
And then he had pros on his team. That's another thing. I didn't like that because we didn't know we could have pros on our team, kind of stuff.
Originally, you weren't supposed to.
I don't even know what the fucking thing was. So we didn't. We played. We did our thing. Whatever.
Yep. And
then I started talking to like Too Sick. He was on the Anaheim Pirates for a bit.
Yeah. Yep.
And he's telling what he does for them and stuff. I'm like, actually, apparently. And he's just not some douche that has money and he's flaunting it, kinda. Like he actually
cares about his players.
Yes. And then it's denial.
Yeah, denial now. Yep.
I take back him being a douche. Like, hey, I felt that way. Anyone has their opinion. They can feel whatever they want. It's a free country.
Yep.
Top notch guy. If he works with Zach, because Zach's the homie. I love Zach. I'd go talk to Zach if I had a problem. Like that's how good of a friend I think Zach is to me. If he feels the same way, fuck him.
We had our same reservations about Patrick as well.
Mm-hmm.
But no, it was as soon as we heard from the players themselves that like, no, this guy's actually like awesome and he does actually care. And I'm like, you know what? If the players say that, they're the ones that are working with him day in, day out, then I'm perfectly fine with them. Perfectly fine. Oh, yeah. And then, and like we said, we're going to have Zach and Pat, on the show next.
I'm so excited.
Yeah, it'll be a good time. We're excited to hear what they have to say about the whole situation and whatnot. But, yeah, I'm glad to hear that Pat is not who we initially thought he was, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So, okay, next question. So we asked this on our last 2 interviews, and since you're a player, you have a different mindset when it comes to this. So we got to ask, it's my favorite question of all time. So DreamHack Dallas is going to be coming up, what is it, end of May into June? I think that's when it is.
Yep.
So let's just say hypothetically that there's a caster match again.
Mm-hmm.
'Cause I love me the caster match.
Mm-hmm.
This time you get to pick who's on each team and the Halo game that is being played. So out of all of the casters, for the event, and you can use like everybody that was at the UGC Halo Classic, for example, because I imagine they're all going to be there too. Who is on which team? What Halo is being played, and why?
Well, I'm going to say Halo 2 right at the back.
Okay.
Because I know a lot of these guys didn't play Halo 1. I'm not going to put them through that heartache because if it's like me when I play Halo 3. It doesn't feel right. It's weird. If people go back, Halo 1's weird. So I'll just say Halo 2 because it's a good little middle ground. But let's see the casters. All right. So I'm going to have my boy Nighty Night on Team 1, let's say. So it'll be Nighty Night, Walsh, Wonder Boy, and Golden Boy. I want those four. I want those four in the same team.
Yeah. You're gonna. Oh, okay. All right.
Because one, Walshy, Nighty Night, and Wonder Boy can carry Golden Boy.
That's what I was gonna ask.
Golden Boy's my man. He shouted me out multiple times. I randomly match up with him in MCC, and he'll like be like, "Oh, PaulShi, Papi Chulo, go follow this man on Twitch."
Oh my god, I love Golden Boy, dude.
He's a great man, and all the stuff he's doing right now, awesome. All right,
yeah.
Team 2. All right, we're gonna have let's see. Team 2, I'm gonna put Elamite, Onset. Who? Oh my gosh, this is hard. I don't even know who would make a good game. Who's gonna be the carry too? Who's gonna be the hard carry?
I was gonna say, you're gonna put somebody on that team that it's not gonna do anything.
Yes, that's what I want.
To like counteract both, Golden Boy.
Yes, I want both teams to have that like struggle. Like, hey man, stay in library. What are you doing? Like, I want both teams to have that struggle and then have that fun as well. So we'll put in Sims. That'll be Sims. But hey, maybe he's got a Halo 2. Maybe I don't know what I'm talking about.
You never know.
Yeah.
He could surprise us.
And then number 4 would be my main man, Clutch, my favorite analyst.
Yes.
Like, me being on this show and then him being on the show prior is, like, crazy to me. And you have no idea how much I love that man. Like, I didn't even watch Halo 3 competitive. Just the way he spits knowledge. Yep. And, like, he doesn't care. He's just like, Splice is going to win. Splice is going to lose. They haven't been practicing. Whatever. Like that mentality and that attitude, I love.
No, we couldn't agree more.
Yeah, we always say he just tells it like it is. He doesn't care about, I'm not going to hurt these guys. He's just like, this is what's going to happen.
If a team fucking sucks, he's going to say they fucking suck.
Yep.
Yes. I love it.
It's so good.
And like he doesn't give like that like presidential answer like, Tox has been doing this and elevate blah 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 blah, so it might go in Elevate's favor if they do this right. He's just like, Tox is better practice. Tox is a better team. They win.
Clearly. Yep. We saw what happened.
Yep.
Oh my god. Okay, well, sir, that's great. I love that shit. That caster match question I love so much.
You just want the caster match.
I want it back so badly. I want them to release that they had one, and they said that they couldn't air it because of the language that was used. Fuck that! Put it out on YouTube. Who gives a shit? We let people swear on the show all the time.
Oh yeah, we love swearing, like talking shit, and like, because those guys they have some old school shit talking. Like they could let people have it. I don't know if some of the kids could handle it. That's why.
Well, so like that was the mentality. Like back then, when you're competing at that skill level, is that if you shit on somebody, you're gonna let them know that you shit on them.
Oh yeah, I have many a times where me standing up and yelling, "Oh my fucking god, you're bad," at the top of my little freaking non-balls drop voice.
But in that moment, your balls dropped. In that moment.
Dude, if my balls dropped after I quad shotted somebody in a mid tournament to win the tournament, I'm a Halo kid till I die. Like by default, that's all. I'm a Halo kid.
All right, next question, and the final realistic Halo question here. What is that Puckett story that you alluded to at the beginning of the interview here?
Alrighty, so we're doing free for alls at Anaheim 04.
Okay.
And this is like in a little venue. There are still like 100 something teams, I guess. Like there's a lot of us there.
Yeah.
but there was like less stations because you would play on a 4 split screen on Halo 1. Like it's playable, it looks nice, and if you get to see everyone's screen, it's better teamwork, blah blah blah. Back to the story. He's announcing like, hey, station 3, we got da 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 da. Station 4, we have like I don't know if you remember who HP Darkman was.
Yep.
But he was in that match with me. It was him and Loke, who later on won the tournament for free for all. And he announced some other people, and he says my name, and he's like, and then Pula, and I looked up at him and I yelled, I'm like, it's Pula. And he looked down at me because he was like standing kind of above like some stairs or whatever. He gave me like the I don't know hand gesture with his like shoulders and his hands and his mic in his hand. And he looked at me. I don't care.
Oh my God.
And then I was like, okay, all right. Like, I wasn't confident as a teenager or a kid. I was not. And my confidence like boosted up. Like, I'm about to fucking show this guy what's up. And he was in my match. That's why I said that.
Oh
so
my God.
We're playing on, we did Wizard Free for All. I got 3rd. He got 5th. And then we played Derelict. And he was sitting next to me at the station. He's shooting at me and I grab sniper rifle. I no-scope him. He covers his mouth, hands off control, looks at me. He's like, did you just do that? I looked at him and kind of like gave him like a head nod, and like squinted my eyes, like, you know, fucking right, I did that. I didn't say that, but I was thinking it. And then it happened. He's like, did you just do that again? I was like, yep. And then kept on playing. And then he got eliminated, but apparently, and then I got to move on.
Oh my.
And then after the match, he was like, hey man, good game, good snipes out there. What's your gamer tag again? And he held his hand out. I grabbed his hand, you know, looked him in the eye, and I'm like, it's Pula. All right, Pula, good game, man.
It's Pula.
Motherfucking scrub. I didn't say that. That's my fucking story. I
love it.
I got a Captain Anarchy story and Karma story, that event too, and a Zio story from that same event. Like, I could talk a lot about Halo and my meetups with Halo people and famous people, like my Katy Perry story.
Oh my God, that Katy Perry story. Wait, holy shit. Okay, I'm just gonna ask this because we're kind of running short on time here.
Yeah.
Are those 3 players' stories short?
Captain Anarchy story I can make quick.
Okay, make that one quick, and then please tell that Katy Perry story because that is fantastic.
All right, so it's our elimination round, and we're playing against Captain Anarchy and friends. I don't remember who's on his team, and we're all younger then. And my team, we're just a bunch of small town guys who we're from the ghetto. I'm gonna say that now, we're from the ghetto. And Captain Anarchy is talking the most shit, like he's belittling us. Like, oh my God, why the fuck these guys come to this tournament? And you could hear him saying this shit over all the fucking pistols and respawns going on in the room. And my friend Mike, who's a big motherfucker, did not appreciate it. And he stands up, looks at all of them, and goes, hey, motherfucker, shut the fuck up, or we're in a 4v4 in the goddamn parking lot after this fucking match. And then Captain Anarchy gets really tiny and then hides behind the TV and keeps playing. They win, they eliminate us. We said good games afterwards. And they did not meet us in the parking lot afterwards.
It's so awesome. Oh my God. All right, what is this Katy Perry story? Please. This is incredible.
Right. Okay, so I met Katy Perry on accident at a Warp Tour when she was on Warp Tour one or 2 years, I don't know how many. I was going to a band signing to see The Devil Wears Prada. I like that kind of music. And as I was going to the signing, Katy Perry gets done with her set and goes backstage, and then The Devil Wears Prada's tent is like in between me, Katy Perry, and her bus. And I looked over and I saw her, and she was walking right next to me with no security guards or anything because she wasn't that big yet, I guess. And I looked at her and like I put my hands on, I'm like, oh my God, you're Katy Perry. And she's like, oh hey, what's up? And then she gave me a hug. I'm like, oh hey, I'm a fan. Good stuff. This and that. I like your music. Da, 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 da. That's cool and all. And she's smiling at me like, oh yeah, hey. She's all sweaty, like after her set in the sun. And she's like, oh, did you see my set? And I looked at her and I went, nope. And then her big ass smile of talking to a fan went to instant frown. And I went, and I saw a look in her face. I was like, Well, you have a nice day. I'm gonna go see this band now. I went and got my shit signed with the Devil Wears Prada.
Oh my god, so fucking funny. I love that shit so much. Just straight up tell her not and see your set. See ya. Oh my god. I love when you said that during one of the play dates.
Yeah, it was on the listen-ins. We were watching.
Oh, that's right. Yeah. For
it was the last
Dreamhack.
Halo 5 event.
Oh
yeah.
my god, so funny.
Yep.
Oh, thank you for telling that story. I really
Anytime.
hope other people find that as funny as I did. That is incredible. Oh my god, but that's just it. You were telling it like it is. You weren't holding it back. You told the truth.
I'll
You
never
didn't
forget
watch
her
your set.
face of like the smile. Like you'd hear her smile, like, "Oh, did you see my set?" Nope, and just the instant, just like
Oh my
the disappointment, like this motherfucker.
I mean, hey, maybe you doing that to her was like Chris Puckett saying your name wrong. You know, look where she's at now. You know, she took that no that you gave her, and she's like, "Fuck this guy! I'm taking this to the top." And that's exactly what she
It's
did.
all because of you, Paul.
This nerdy little emo kid, he's never gonna see the light of day.
who just wanted to get his Devil Wears Prada merch signed. That's all he wanted.
Yeah.
Oh my god. All right. Moving on here for closing things out. We have one more Twitter question, and guess what, PaulShi? It's not actually for you. Patrick Hogan asks, "Can I be as cool as PaulShi and get an interview?" LOL. Hey Patrick, maybe. We'll see. All right, time for some rapid fire questions. You ready, PaulShi?
Oh god, I forgot about these. Yeah.
Favorite food?
Nachos.
Favorite movie?
Wayne's World.
Whoa.
Yes.
I'm taking a break from rapid fire for a second.
I just
I've never
blew your
seen Wayne's
goddamn
World.
mind.
I've never seen it.
What?
Yeah, I'm an asshole.
It's a weird comedy, but I've watched that movie way too many times.
Does that have a
Michael Myers,
yes, Michael
and
Myers, yeah.
Dana Carvey.
Yes.
Yep.
Okay. I do need to see that. Favorite book?
The Book of Mythicality.
Favorite musical artist or group?
System of a Down.
Ooh, that's a good answer. Okay, well this isn't part of it, but what's your favorite System album?
Toxicity, man.
It's a great one. That's top tier.
If
Okay.
anybody says Hypnotized and Mesmerized, you're a bandwagoner. I hate you. Go on, next question.
Wow. Favorite actor or actress?
Tom Hanks and Jennifer Gardner.
What is the soundtrack to your life?
Whoa.
That's a pretty tough question, Josh.
It's a great rapid fire question because they don't answer it rapidly.
I'm gonna say Linkin Park's Hybrid Theory.
That's a great album. Okay. Favorite sport and team? I think we already know this though.
Yep, Rams, LA.
All right.
And favorite sport, esports.
Ooh, there you go. Favorite Halo game of all time?
Halo 1.
Worst Halo game of all time?
Halo 3.
I love the hot take. Favorite video game of all time?
Super Mario RPG
Wow, that's a great answer.
on the Super Nintendo.
Worst video game of all time?
Oh, Superman for the 64.
Okay, that's a cop-out answer.
It is!
I know it's bad. Okay, yeah, that's fine. Best teammate?
Eric Wolfgod. That's my
Worst
duo
teammate?
for life. Oh. You
gonna call someone out on this or what?
Okay. I'm gonna say.
You don't have to if you don't want to.
I'm gonna say Christopher Ozarts.
Sorry, Christopher. You just got called out.
Hey, on Fortnite, different matter. Halo, definitely.
Okay. Best professional Halo player of all time?
Walshy.
All right. And then
Mhm.
another hot take. Worst professional Halo player of all time?
Worst professional Halo player of all time.
Yep.
T-Squared.
Wow! Holy shit! He didn't get you fragging like a pro?
No, I almost got into a fight with him at a Halo 2 event.
No shit! Okay, we have one more story. Let's go.
God damn it, dude. Okay, so
You brought it up.
Have you guys ever watched True Life of a Gamer and he's on there?
I think maybe.
All right. So if you've seen that, it was pretty much the same situation. We're playing free for all. He's talking shit. And by Halo 2, my confidence and my fucking shit talking have leveled up gradually.
Uh-oh.
And I'm a little asshole. Like, I was one of those toxic kids that I hate to see nowadays.
Sure.
And I'm like, aren't you a fucking pro? And I'm like double shotting him. And I was like, don't you get paid to do this? Come on. And I was calling him kid and bad and everything. And he didn't like it. He did not like it because I'm actually killing him. He's getting frustrated. He's not doing as well. He still won the both rounds and like moved on. But he didn't appreciate it. And he stood up. He's like, you're lucky I'm part of a fucking contract, kid. And I was just like, what the fuck? Like, I'm not going to, I will fight you. Like, I swear to God. Like, you fucking call me out like that. And I stood up and I'm like, let's go outside your fucking contract. And out there is it.
Oh my God.
And then one of the refs or coaches like holding him back. I'm like, let go. Let him go the fuck outside. See how much of a fucking man he is. And like, and then they had to escort me outside and tell me to calm down. Like, if you want to still compete, you can't be saying stuff like that. We'll tell your fucking pro not to say shit like that, and I won't. And
oh my God.
Bringing the fire.
And him and T-Squared and his fucking blonde tips.
His frosted tips.
Oh, yeah. Well, he doesn't remember me, apparently, because I talked to him at the second Vegas. Or I tried to, and he's just like, oh, man, I was a little asshole, but hey, hope everything's okay. I'm like, yeah, everything's fine, man. We're good.
Oh, my God. And on that note, it's time to end the interview. PaulShi, thank you so much for being on the show.
Thank you for having me.
Yes.
I'm so excited. I'm so glad I got to be a part of this.
We are so glad that you were able to be on here as well. It's something that we talked about. It's where we wanted to have an opportunity for like actual community members to be on the show as well, because that's really what the show is about, you know,
Mm-hmm.
and you know that too.
Yeah.
So again, thank you. And then as Will said, thank you again for serving. It's greatly appreciated. And we're happy to see that you and your squad got back all right, and wishing you the best for the future. But PaulShi, what are you up to currently, and where can people find you?
Follow me on Twitter, PaulShi, 2 L's, 2 I's. Follow me on Twitch. I'm live almost every day after the kids go to sleep. PaulShi, spelled the way it looks like. I'm currently playing a lot of Halo 1. Since his classic came back, I cannot stop playing it. But as of last night, I'm playing a little Halo 5 for the PBL. Trying to have a good time. But that's where you'll find me. Find me on Twitter, find me on there. Or also, I started a YouTube channel. I'm learning as I go, but it's right now xPula. It has my old tag on it. I need to get to 100 subscribers. Help your mains out. Let me change it to PaulShi. Help me get there.
Or do we not let you change it?
Fuck you.
PaulShi, thank you so much. It was a pleasure.
Pleasure was all mine.
Well, thank you. And we will talk to you soon.
Definitely.
And ladies and gentlemen, that does it for our one and only PaulShi interview. Will, oh my God, Will, what did you think?
I loved having him on the show. He's been a community member pretty much from the start of our show.
Yep.
I loved, it was just easy talking to the guy. And we love you, PaulShi. Thank you for coming on the show. Finally, we got you on here. It's been a while that you've been asking for that interview.
Yep.
And we finally got it.
we finally pinpointed the time, and we got to shoot the shit about Halo and life, among other things.
Yeah.
It was just a great time.
I feel like he said this already in the tweets before we recorded the show, but it did seem like we could have just talked forever about random stuff.
Yeah.
It was great.
And PaulShi, don't worry. I know we had to keep it like around that hour, but we'll more than likely have you on again in the future, because I want to hear the rest of those stories, because that sounds absolutely fantastic. And I'm so glad you told that Katy Perry story. That I love it so much. I really hope other people find that as funny as I did. Just that response from her of just shutting down. Like, oh no. Oh no. But yeah, PaulShi, thank you very much for being on the show. It was great. Will, I think it's time for some shoutouts. So first and foremost, PaulShi, we already shouted you out, but I'm going to shout you out again. Thank you again for being on the show, my dude. It was great. We'll have you on in the future. It was just great to talk to you about Halo, and it was really cool, like, hearing your military experience, hearing where you came from with Halo, all the things that you've done within the community, and those stories. Those stories are fantastic. The goat kebabs.
Oh no.
Like, oh my God. Those stories are fantastic. You're a real one, dude. And then also, shout out to everyone who joined in on the community playdate over the last weekend. Shout out to Zarners, Goalie Sniper, Lanky Sasquatch, Intimidator 363, American Ripper, aka Mark Owns Your Face, Mark You Don't Own My Face, Sambari, and Brodesto. Thank you guys very much. I hope you guys had a fun time, even with the Halo 1 BTB shenanigans. No, it's something that I get to look forward to every weekend. You know?
Sure.
You maybe have a rough week at work. You know, you just get to hop on for some hours and get some game time in with some buds.
And even though we all love Halo, playing with other people and playing with friends it makes it that much better.
It does.
I did notice Sambari and Brodesto.
Yep.
A couple new names that I haven't played with yet, so hopefully they're there this week.
Yeah,
I'd love to see them again.
Sambari came into the Discord over the weekend, and he said, "Hey, how do I get on these play dates?" And I'm like, "Oh, dude, you just send us a friend request, and we'll get you invited in." And Brodesto was one of his friends, as a matter of fact, that joined in as well. So
very cool.
Yeah, it was really cool. We almost had a full squad of 8. We had 7 people, so it was really fun. Really fun.
I so bad want to just run 4v4s.
No, we'll run customs. We will.
I think I'm giving up on the grind to 152.
No, you're not, Will.
I am 10% of the way after 2 years of playing that game. And it was very like spotty during like the first year. I barely played. I only picked up my play recently, but still, holy shit, that's a lot of XP.
Will, luckily you have like a year and a half left anyway before Infinite, so
I'll be at 20%. Yeah, I think it's time to learn some Halo 3.
Ooh.
I think it's time.
Ooh. Okay.
And now you're okay with it.
I mean, hey, I'm always down to play some Halo 3, dude. PaulShi's not, but I'm always down.
You know, it's... So here's a couple things. We have...
Yes.
Discussion, I think, is going to be starting up quick for Halo Bowl.
Yeah.
2019.
This weekend, as a matter of fact.
So I really think depending on what game they choose to play...
They also need to think about streaming it, though.
I know.
Mudcat will be streaming it more than likely.
Yep. So I believe they were going to want to stick with Halo 5.
Yes.
So therefore, I would be more inclined, because I'm a competitor and I want to win, to stick with Halo 5.
Oh, we're going to kill it. Are you kidding me?
I don't know. Some of the teams that didn't have their full players had some pretty good players on their team.
We're going in with confidence. Not cockiness. We're going in with confidence. There were,
I have none.
We got, hey, Scud Puddle was playing great. Zarners was playing great as well. It's like, there is competition out there. There's fierce competition out there. But you know what? I think we got it. I think we got this. Like you said, we got to put the practice in. That's all it really is. We got to get our squad back. We got to get our practice in.
I know Brian's been busy on his big...
MK11?
Yeah, MK11. Yep.
Speaking of which, that game looks sick.
Yeah, if you didn't watch the... what was the
gameplay reveal.
The release stream?
The reveal.
The reveal stream? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh my god, I'm excited for that to watch.
It looks so gory and amazing.
That's what MK was always about.
Yeah.
But
it really envisions it, you know?
Yep.
Oh man, it's gonna be amazing. Can't wait. So yeah, shout out to you, Brian. Yeah, we gotta get the squad back. Brian and Silos.
Gotta get the band back together.
Well, that was lame as shit.
It was meant to sound lame as shit.
That's good. Anything else you want to include in the shoutouts before we continue on?
No, what do we have for community creations this week, Josh?
You want me to go through them?
Yeah.
All right, I'll go through them. Modern aiming versus classic aiming. This is by the YouTube channel Y, like WHY. It's a YouTube video going over the differences between modern aiming and classic aiming. You should check it out. It's very informative. Next up, we have David Sandman's UGC's The Halo Classic Photo Album, along with Brian Kennedy's UGC's The Halo Classic Photo Album.
Great work as always.
Yes, both of them took fantastic photos. Check them out in the show notes. Next up, we have UGC's Halo 3 Classic 2019 Greatest Plays, Moments, Chokes, and Highlights collection by Devious Grunt Alliance. It's a YouTube video. Check it out. It's great. It's a great compilation of everything that happened.
You know, seeing the great plays is always amazing, but the chokes, just like, I like seeing them a little more because these players do compete at a high level for, so long.
Yes.
To see them like falter a little bit, you're like, oh, there's a fault in the armor somewhere.
Yep. No, I agree completely. It's great. I love how they put emphasis on that too. Next up, we have the Halo Community Spotlight. This is by Snickerdoodle over on HaloWaypoint.com. You can check out far and away the most community creation stuff that's going on. They compile a list every month, I believe is what it is. Check it out. What the fuck are you chuckling about, Will?
The next one, just get to it.
Okay. Oh, yes, this is... Oh, if you have not seen this clip, for the love of God, you need to see this. This is K Matify's Bob Ross and Halo Twitch clip. So K Matify is a streamer. He was playing some MCC. He's playing it more frequently now, as a matter of fact. But he was playing some MCC. Oh, no, he's playing 5. He was playing Halo 5. Because this is on, oh my God. Wait, was it? No, it was 2. He was playing MCC. It was Halo 2. It was Sanctuary. That's what he was playing on. Jesus. Oh my God, I'm losing my mind. But he was acting like Bob Ross if Bob Ross was in Halo. And like he gets the camera all up in the face there, and he gets all like quiet and sincere. And like the second part of it when he says fuck is probably one of the greatest things I've witnessed in a long time. Like I go back and watch it all the time and I just laugh. It's just something to get you in a feel good mood.
I'm going to save that clip for when I'm having a bad day.
There you go. It's a good clip. So K Matify, shout out to you, my dude. Next up we have the Pro Ace Joker. He breaks the Halo 4 Legendary Speedrun world record. You can go ahead and check out the YouTube video in the show notes. Congratulations to you, dude. That's awesome. And I'll make sure I'm going to be watching that whole run. Next up, we have the UGC St. Louis Analyst Desk Highlights plus new announcements. This is posted by Shyway. Shyway, shout out to you, my dude. Check out that YouTube video as well. It posted today, as a matter of fact. The day we're recording, not the day this posts. But regardless, check it out. And finally, Meme Monday, the tried and true Will. It's there. Reddit.com/Halo. Check it out. It's good shit. Will, I don't know how long this episode's going to be with that PaulShi interview. But you know what?
Looking a little over 2 hours.
Let's elongate it a little bit further. Will, I have a question for you.
Okay. On the spot, here we go.
Actually, I have another shout out that I forgot to include.
Okay.
Shout out to Tony Romo.
Why?
So, I don't know if any of you guys listening watched the 2 championship games that took place at the NFL over the weekend. But Tony Romo was one of the broadcasters for CBS for the Patriots-Chiefs game. Okay? The thing I love about Tony Romo the most is that since he was a player and like he has some of the best analysis I've ever heard. I think of Tony Romo as the Clutch of Halo. Okay?
Sure.
It's like we love how Clutch analyzes things. We think he's I personally think he's the best that there is right now. Okay? Tony Romo is the best football analyst that they have. That any broadcasting station has, by far. The reason why, that last drive in overtime when the Patriots had the ball, it was 3rd and 9, 3rd and 10, 3rd and 10, if I'm not mistaken. Tony Romo called each of those plays before they even happened. And guess what? They all played that exact way he said they would. And I'm like, he gets it. He just gets it. I love that. You get that insight into that player mentality like Clutch brings to the table for Halo. And, it was just fantastic. So yeah, just shout out to Tony Romo. Not that he needs it, but fantastic work. Fantastic work. And then shout out to Clutch for bringing that same type of mentality to the Halo desk. Absolutely fantastic. But no, I was just going to ask you, what were your thoughts on those games? That's what I was going to ask.
Oh boy, getting some NFL talk here.
Hey, we haven't done it in a while, Okay. Vikings have been out for quite some time, so what are we going to do here?
So here we go. We'll start off with the first game of the night. It was Saints versus the Rams.
Yes.
Game was pretty back and forth.
Yep.
The Saints owned the first quarter by getting 2 field goals, held Rams to nothing.
I think it was 13-0 at the start of the second.
Yeah.
Early in the second quarter.
Yep.
Yeah.
So the game goes on. Many who pay attention to the NFL know what happened late in this game, where the Saints had the ball down in the red zone, about to score a touchdown. It was a third down play, I believe.
Yes, it was.
Ball got thrown to the sidelines, and there was a pretty blatant pass interference call that was missed.
Helmet to helmet, too.
The defender, hit the other player, the wide receiver, high before the ball arrived.
Well before the ball arrived.
There was no call. Josh was pretty upset about this because he had points riding for his fantasy league on the Saints.
Hold on. Let me preface this.
Okay.
Let me preface this because I don't want people to get the wrong mentality here. Okay. I'm a Vikings fan through and through. Okay. I am in a non-for-profit fantasy football league. I was in 2, right?
Yep.
And this one, you get points for every correct team that you guess throughout the regular season
To win the game.
Yes,
Yep.
to win the game, and you get points per team that you guess correctly to win the game.
Yep.
Okay, throughout the whole regular season, you use those points to spend in the playoffs and the Super Bowl. Okay, and you're betting them, so you bet those points, and if you win, you get double. Okay.
Yep.
So I thought with everything that had happened, with the Saints being at home, having the crowd with them, having realistically the better quarterback, not recently, not in the past 4 or 5 games, but realistically the better quarterback, the better coach, realistically as well.
I would say more established.
Sure, the more established coach. Okay, they've been in this situation more often than the Rams have.
Correct.
Especially with Sean McVay. Okay, it's obvious. Okay, so in my opinion, I thought everything was with the Saints in this. So I bet my points, no money. I bet my points on the Saints. Yep. Did I want the Saints to go to the Super Bowl? No. I hate Sean Payton. I don't like him at all. I thought his bullshit fucking skull chant thing in that divisional game when we played with them, against them, and we got the Minneapolis Miracle. I'm glad we shoved that down his throat. That was great. But because of this no call, I'm upset that I'm not upset at the Rams. I'm upset that the Rams got in because of this no call. Because I believe that game would have gone completely differently. Because they would have been 1st and 10 at the 5.
Yeah.
They would have scored.
Well, here's the other side of things too. If the Rams player would have just turned his head around, he would have seen that the ball was off target and would have been easily been able to deflect it too.
Sure. That's very valid.
I mean, yes, there was a no call there. I think that ball's pretty uncatchable. Either way,
okay,
they're kicking a field goal.
See, and that's the shitty part is that we can just speculate all day.
Yep.
I'm not a football analyst. I don't know.
But there was a flag on the play. There should have been a flag on that hit.
Absolutely. And for the record, there should have been flags on other plays that happened during the game too.
There was a lot they let go that shouldn't have. I told you, they never established that line.
No.
Of don't do this during this game.
Correct.
And I feel like that's why that hit happened and why it got past them.
Did you hear what the player said after the fact?
What did they hear? What did they say?
The player that tackled him, the helmet-to-helmet contact, the Rams player went on the record in an interview, in a post-game interview, and said, yeah, I did it. And it just wasn't called.
Sure.
But I was watching Skip and Shannon Undisputed today, and Shannon brought up a good point. Why would you admit that? Dude.
Right?
You shouldn't have fucking done it. But you admitting it?
Right. It makes it even worse.
It does. It's you intentionally did this then. It's what it feels like. It feels like, you intentionally, you saw him, you went after his ass.
Right. And maybe... It's so hard because Drew Brees is a great quarterback. He can zip the ball. Maybe the defensive player just expected the ball to be there quicker and therefore expected the ball to be in hand and then hit him when he caught the ball. Thing is, he didn't turn his head around to see where the ball was.
Yes. And like I said, Drew Brees has not been playing incredibly well for the past 4 or 5 games. Mm-hmm. He just hasn't. He was a beast at the beginning of the season. But as we've known, the games matter more November, December,
right. Drew Brees, a ton of credit to Drew Brees here.
Absolutely.
In his post-game interview, he even said, we could have made it so we weren't in that situation. We
Yep.
could have scored a touchdown instead of taking 2 field goals in the first quarter.
Exactly. They
And
should have.
we wouldn't have had that issue.
Yep.
We wouldn't have had to worry about it.
Mm-hmm.
It feels weird because it almost feels like the Saints should be going.
And it pains me to say it, but I believe it too.
Yeah.
I truly, in my heart of hearts, I believe that the Saints should be going to the Super Bowl right now.
But the Rams have moved on. They
Yeah.
won the game. There is a stipulation. There's an obscure rule out there.
It won't happen.
It won't happen.
It won't happen.
But Roger Goodell, being the commissioner,
Yep.
could state that there was a mistake made during this game, and he could
A major mistake.
a major mistake. Yep.
Mhm.
And force the teams to replay from that point on.
So here's the other thing, though. The reason why, we all know it won't happen.
Yep.
But one of the major reasons why it won't happen, I talked to Dom about this today at work, is that, yeah, the Pro Bowl's next week. So realistically, they could do it. But that means that the team making it from that game won't have that week of rest leading up to the Super Bowl like the Patriots do.
Right.
So it'd be completely off.
Also, they're not going to sell out a stadium for 30 seconds of a fourth quarter. You know?
It was a little less than 2 minutes.
Yeah. Well,
So there was a good amount of time
Yep.
left where the Rams maybe could have done something too.
Yeah, that's true. But if the Saints get a touchdown, they're up by 10.
Oh, that's a good point.
Right? Or no, they're up by 7. They're up by a touchdown, right?
I think
Because
so.
the Rams kicked a field goal to send it into overtime.
Yes.
So the Rams could have technically tied it even if they did score a touchdown there.
True. The other thing is, I don't want to discredit the Rams. Like that play was a blatant no call. Okay, clearly. But they played well. Like they still played well in that game. Okay, so I don't want to discredit them.
Yep.
I just think that I can't believe that wasn't called.
Right. So Rams move on.
Yes.
Let's get over to Chiefs and Patriots.
The big one. David versus Goliath,
Yeah, we got young Mahomes against Tom Brady.
who's not great at road games.
No. And this was at Arrowhead Stadium.
It is. Loud crowd. Very loud.
The Patriots came out hot.
Yeah.
They scored right away.
Yep.
I was surprised at how close the Chiefs kept it.
Yep.
When it came down to it in the fourth quarter,
Yes.
Brady scored to tie the game with about 3.5 minutes left. I thought, okay, here we go. Mahomes gets to run basically the 2-minute drill, take the clock down, score at the last second, and win the game.
But guess what they didn't do, Will?
They scored within a minute.
And why is that bad, Will?
Because you give Brady the ball back.
With 3 timeouts.
I was dumbfounded at how, I was pleased at how fast and how well they were able to move the ball.
Yep. That's that offense, man.
Yep.
That KC offense is, whew.
Yeah, the way they gave Brady the ball back with 2.5-ish minutes.
In the fourth
quarter, he runs the clock down. They score late with 10 seconds left on the clock. Rams don't have a chance. It goes to overtime.
Chiefs don't have a chance again.
Chiefs. Yeah, thank you for the
It's
correction.
okay.
No,
they get the field goal to tie it.
Oh, the field goal.
I'm pretty sure they tied it with a field goal.
Yes. I'm sorry if I'm mistaken.
No, you're fine. I think that's what it is. I don't know.
Either way, it goes into overtime. What I hate about playoff football overtime,
Here we go.
Tom Brady gets, they get the coin toss. Sure, they won the 50-50.
Fun fact. 3rd time in a row.
That the Patriots have won?
3rd time in a row they have called heads
Oh,
and gotten it.
all right then.
Just fun fact.
This is the ramble section of our show.
Yes, it is. I wanted to hear your thoughts on this.
Tom Brady does what Tom Brady does, and they go down and score a touchdown right away.
Yep.
I get why that ends the game in regular season. They have 16 games to play. They need to move time along. They need things to happen.
It wasn't right away, though, Will. They didn't go down and score it right away. There were 3 distinctive plays that happened in that drive.
There was 1 3rd and 9, 2 3 and 10s.
Yes.
Like
the
you said,
defense had 3 opportunities to stop them. 3.
I know. But what I'm saying is you gave both these teams were offensive minded, offensive strong.
Yes.
Right?
Patriots had a better defense.
Sure.
I mean, statistically speaking, not like Both teams played well. Go ahead.
Sure.
I'm sorry.
So Brady and company go down and get a touchdown.
Yes.
The Chiefs at that point don't even have a chance to get their playmaker on the field in overtime.
Yes.
This feels like they just didn't like. I wish there was a way. It's like
You wish it was college rules.
a little bit. Yeah. I wish the Chiefs had a chance to come on the field and try to score a touchdown.
Yes.
I feel like that would have been fair. If they failed and didn't get a touchdown, then it's over. If the touchdown happens, then it keeps going back and forth. It's like hockey overtime rules.
Shootout or whatever.
In the regular season, they go to a shootout after one 10-minute overtime period, right? It's to end the game. It's to, keep the players from not getting injured in these long games, which I understand. There's a long regular season, same as football. But in the playoffs, when it's best team wins, the NHL says, screw it, you're playing a full another period. And you keep playing if it's still tied until someone scores that definitive goal to win. That gives both teams chances to possess the puck, to play their best defense, to do what they need to do. It's more high stakes in the playoffs. To let one team just run their offense and score a touchdown and not let the other have a chance frustrates me.
No, I hear you.
And it was even worse when it was the field goal that all they needed to win was a field goal. You get the coin flip, you go down 15, 20 yards.
And then you pray your kicker got it.
30 or 40 yards.
Yeah.
And you get a field goal. Like,
Yeah.
come on. That used to bug me so much. So I just wish there was a little tweak, and maybe just for the playoffs, where both offenses get a chance.
Okay. Because I see exactly where you're coming from. And I read into it a little more too, because I didn't know how college rules worked.
Mm-hmm.
So I have learned today that with college, both teams have possession of the ball in overtime.
Yep.
Okay. Both teams have an offensive scoring chance. Now, okay. Oh my God. In this specific scenario, answer me this question. And I asked you this before, I'm going to ask you again. If the Chiefs won the coin toss and they trucked down and got that win, you think people would be upset that the Patriots didn't win and they'd call for this overtime rule change? Honest to God, it's an honest question. I'm not hugely invested into football, but the way it looks at it, the way I see the fans, everybody loves to hate the Patriots.
Yeah.
Okay. So if the Chiefs won that toss and got down and scored a touchdown, I highly doubt there'd be this much bitching going on where, oh no, I want overtime rules changed.
Not me. I'd be the same because
Okay,
I feel like it's almost not fair.
Sure.
It's just not fair. You don't give one team the same opportunity you gave the other team.
I can completely understand that.
I wouldn't care if it was the Vikings winning the game. I'd still feel a little cheated that the other team didn't get a chance.
I hear you.
It's I feel it's, especially in this league, everything's moving towards offense.
Yes.
Everything is, about scoring high points. The defense isn't a focus anymore like it used to be. The Bears kind of proved that wrong this year by making as far as they did with their defense, but in the end, they couldn't put up the points to hang.
Nope. And in the words of probably John Madden, takes points to win a game,
Yep.
So
I have a fun fact about John Madden, which we'll get to in a little bit.
Okay.
Which I heard today.
So I have a question for you then.
Okay.
Well, actually, it's not really a question. It's the thing that, I fully respect where you're coming from. Okay. And you know what? Maybe it should be changed because I think it would be cooler and it'd be more fair if both teams have that opportunity for an offensive score.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. In this very specific scenario, the fact of the matter is that defense did not show up in that overtime at all.
Well, if you think about it, they held off Brady for pretty much third and fourth quarter.
Sure.
They did. They were tired. They were beat down, which after a long game, that's why I'm saying both offenses need a chance because defense takes the most beating during a game.
Sure. But it's the playoffs. You got to be at 110%. Like that. My problem is that the Chiefs were doing well to keep them back to get to that third down, right?
Yeah.
But the thing that blows my mind on all three of those third downs is that now maybe, again, I'm not a football mind, okay? And I can be corrected like a motherfucker here, and please do. But when I look at it, when I'm hearing Tony Romo, like we shouted him out before, when I'm hearing Tony Romo go over and say, oh, watch Gronk here on this corner. Oh, if he doesn't pass to Gronk, he's passing to Edelman over the middle. Each time, all 3 times, the same thing was said. The same thing. How the fuck did Andy Reid not see that? How the fuck did he not notice that 3 times in a row?
And it could be that it's not that he didn't notice it. It's that he just didn't have the right people. Gronk's a tall motherfucker. You just throw that at his head you go up there.
He lobbed it too. You just saw him lob it.
Yep. And then Edelman over the middle, it was a quick break. So if the cornerback is wanting to keep him to push him towards the center of the middle, he's playing outside coverage. So when Edelman breaks to the outside, it almost makes the defender wait. He fakes to the outside, breaks inside, catches that ball. The defender has a slower reaction time or has to go from a complete stop to a transfer over to where Edelman is. That gives them the amount of time to get the yards. It all depends on where the defense is lined up. So yes, it's the defense may have been there covering, but it's the Patriots offense that's making the defense miss. You could call the perfect play, but if you shade a receiver to the wrong side and he just makes the right move, that's good on the receiver. And
this is why I love talking to you about this, because I don't see all that stuff. Like, I just see what the person says, and then I see the coach not fucking doing what I think he should be doing.
There's
what are you doing? You had the chance to win the game so much.
Right, because here's the thing. So you have Gronk and Edelman lined up on one side.
Yes.
You're going to expect one of them to be on the outside, one of them to be in the middle.
Yeah.
But you just don't know which one's going which way.
Sure.
So depending on how your cornerbacks are playing each receiver, that receiver can gain an advantage based on a shake move, a shimmy to get to their right spot, to basically fake out the defender. And you'll get them to stop moving or move the wrong direction. And that's just, that's football. But that's why I'm saying give the Chiefs offense the same chance to fake out the Patriots, Steve. That's what I'm saying.
Sure. I think I said completely respect it. And frankly, I agree with you. So we'll see what happens next season, because that game was insane. The fact that there was that punt that Edelman didn't touch the fucking ball.
Yeah,
he didn't touch it. He did not touch it. When you watch that super slow-mo right in front of him, it did not touch either thumb. It didn't even graze his fucking bicep.
I'm thinking the tip of the ball may have hit his middle finger that was in the grass, because it was in the grass already, like in the turf.
Okay.
I think it may have hit his finger. I want to
That was so crazy.
So we have a Rams-Patriots Super Bowl.
Which means everybody's rooting for the fucking Rams.
Yeah, I saw a graphic today that said the nation rooting for the Super Bowl, and it had like
Maine, New England,
and
New
England.
One other one is New England.
Then Mississippi, Louisiana, New Orleans, rooting for the Patriots to beat the Rams.
Sure, everybody else was the Rams though.
Yeah,
You know what? Frankly, since I'm not a football mind, I don't get why everybody hates the Patriots. I mean, they're cheating things. Yes, I get that. But it's like, Brady is the best quarterback to play the game.
It's,
in my opinion, there's no doubting.
Do you know why a lot of people hate the Patriots? It's because, yes, good on them when they first had their success. No one hated them then.
Yep.
It's
because they came from no success.
It's the fact that the thing that frustrates me is bandwagon fans.
Sure.
They win one Super Bowl. They gain some fans. That's going to happen. But they win another, and then all of a sudden everyone's just jumping on the bandwagon. Oh, I'm a Patriots fan because they're winning.
Yeah.
To me, that sucks. You have no loyalty.
Yeah.
I'm a Vikings fan no matter what.
Same here. Yep.
Yes, I know there's heartbreak and tragedy history throughout the years. But it's where I'm from, Minnesota. I'm going to root for my Vikings. It's just,
yeah.
It's going to happen.
But you respect other players though too.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. It's like, I feel like others just don't respect the other players. Like, people hate Tom Brady. Why the fuck do you hate Tom Brady? What did he do to you? What has he done to you? Oh, he won more football games than your team did? Well, guess what? That means they had a better football team than your football team did.
There were the cheating scandals. You had Deflategate, which gave them an advantage.
And then you had the playbook, right?
You had the stealing play calls.
Yep.
Which, against league rules.
Yep.
I mean, neither of those Super Bowls were stripped away from them. Because the NFL, I don't think would ever do that to a team.
You're right.
Just like I think the Saints should have had the Super Bowl stripped away from them in 2009 when they had Bountygate.
Yep.
Like you used a means outside of what is supposed to be fair to
Yes.
win a football game.
Yep, I agree.
And players get bonuses and organizations get more money for playing in these games.
Yep.
You can say, oh, shame on you. You're all getting fined, or these people are getting fined, but it still doesn't they still get the accommodation of winning.
Yeah, it doesn't fix anything.
Yeah.
It's putting a Band-Aid on it.
It's a slap on the wrist.
Yep.
And it doesn't fully fix everything. I feel like I've spouted way too far into football talk here.
I wanted to hear your opinion on this because these were two huge games that both went into overtime for two completely fucking different reasons.
Yeah.
And both games were absolutely insane.
I was glued to the TV.
Me too. For that Chiefs
Yeah.
Patriots game, absolutely.
Now I gotta give it to Mahomes for just getting where he did this year.
Yeah, rookie year.
rookie
Oh
year.
my god, dude.
Crazy.
Oh, he's going to be a powerhouse.
I think so. He has the ability.
He's their franchise quarterback.
I just hope you always worry with like a scrambler like that
Getting injured.
Mm-hmm. And then he is going to be a star, but he needs to
Tone it down a little bit.
What do you mean by tone it down?
Some of his plays I wince at because I'm afraid.
Oh, when he like dives for a first down,
or maybe like he's great at throwing those no look passes. I mean, he's looking, but like he makes you think that he's not looking.
Yeah.
But like one of these times, man, all it takes is one or a couple picks of those, and you might not be doing that anymore, or not nearly as much. So like, be careful.
What I worry about is his surrounding cast. I don't want him to blow up and him. See, that's what has kept the Patriots.
Brady was not sacked once that game.
Right.
Mahomes was sacked 4 or 5 times, I think, that game.
Yeah, but like Brady has taken pay cuts to better the team.
Yep. And
who does that? Who does that?
He had arguably his worst team to work with this year. And look where they are. Look where they are.
So I think I don't think Brady's going to retire this year.
No, absolutely not. He said he wants to play till he's 45.
Right.
And if he has that surrounding cast that he doesn't get sacked from,
sure, if he can stay
play
healthy,
forever.
I think Belichick wants to win without Brady.
Because of the Garoppolo thing?
Well, no, just because it's always been Brady and Belichick.
It has.
And Brady's going to be a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Oh, yeah, easily.
Belichick's going to be a Hall of Fame coach.
No doubt.
But I think Belichick wants to win without Brady to say, yeah, I'm a Hall of Fame coach. It wasn't because I had a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Okay.
I feel like that's
you think he's that petty?
It's not petty. I want to show my worth. I don't want to be tied to.
I thought he already showed his worth.
Well, yeah, he is. Well, he cheated a couple times, so that kind of puts a dinger in.
He took Brady from nothing. Like from nothing.
That's true.
And made him who he is.
Sure.
I mean, Brady has a lot of skill. I can't like that's the thing. It's the dynamic between the two of them. Like I can't give all the profit to Brady. I can't give all the profit to Belichick.
Behind the scenes, there's trouble in paradise. Like no one's getting along in that organization.
I've heard.
So that could be very detrimental to a team moving forward. What if Brady just was like, screw you guys, I'm done. I'm
going to the San Francisco 49ers to play with Antonio Brown.
or even so, like it's never gonna happen, but I mean what would happen if Belichick got to the point where like, you guys are freaking crazy, I'm out. Like
then he comes and coaches the Vikings and we start winning Super Bowls.
Oh sure.
Or
that'd be
better
amazing.
Yet, Brady actually does retire, but hey, guess what? We're pulling a Brett Favre on you. He's coming to the Vikings for one season. Then we go to the Super Bowl. I'm just kidding.
That wouldn't happen until we got rid of Kirk Cousins.
Nah, he just becomes the backup for this season.
No. $84 million backup.
He was signed on for 3 years, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so Brady wants to play till he's 45. So he's 41 right now.
Cousins would be gone.
Easy peasy. Brady's last season, when he's 45 years old,
with the Vikings,
comes on over. You know, just gives us
never
that
would
win,
happen.
and then he goes and sails off into the sunset of the Hall of Fame, and we have our ring. That's all that matters.
That's what was supposed to happen with Favre, and it didn't.
It was close though.
It was close. It was close.
But you're right. We have rambled on quite a long time. Last question.
Okay.
Well, actually, first, you have your fun fact about Madden.
Oh, apparently I heard today from someone who had inside information on how John Madden used to operate in the booth.
Uh-oh.
Apparently John Madden believed that football games were won between the offense and defensive line. And that's all he would watch during a football game. He had someone who would be in an outside truck feeding him information on why certain players made plays, like downfield, if it was a pass play, something like that.
No shit.
And so that information came out, and then people on this show I was listening to started speculating. Maybe that's why he stumbled so much, is because someone was feeding him information and he was waiting to get the full information. So, what you got here is,
Oh, man. Wow. Coming in with that fun fact.
Yeah. So John Madden might not have been as smart as everyone thought he was.
I mean, you've heard his quotes.
Well, yeah. To win games, you got to score points.
He didn't seem like the most knowledgeable dude. I mean, I'm not a knowledgeable dude when it comes to football, but like based off what I've heard.
So yeah, he's regarded as one of the best coaches for the Raiders, but like, I guess it's old school football. It was all about running back then. Well, mostly about running.
Yeah.
And I just don't understand. As an analyst, he was up there just not paying attention to the full 11-man squad on the...
Guess not.
He's just looking at this. I don't understand. He got through it.
He did. Will, I have one last question for you before we close the show out. Rams Patriots, the Super Bowl. Who do you got?
God.
In Atlanta. Mercedes-Benz Stadium.
I'm rooting for the Rams.
Who do you honestly think will win the game? PaulShi's rooting for the Rams too.
I know.
We know that.
I'm going to be rooting for the Rams.
Okay.
I think it's going to be a 3 or 4 point game.
Okay. Like these last two.
Honestly, if the Chiefs would have ran the ball more and ran down the clock, they could have scored last second and not given Brady the chance and been in the Super Bowl.
Did you hear the time of possession for that game?
I did not.
Over 40 minutes for the Patriots.
Yeah.
A little over 20 for the Chiefs.
Yeah.
That is how much Brady held onto that fucking ball.
Right. And that's how, back in early 2000s in the Madden games when the Patriots were like 97 overall.
Yep.
That's how you beat them, is you run the ball and you run the clock out and you don't let Brady on the field. Because if you're playing Brady, he's going to fucking score no matter what.
Yep.
So you just have to hope you make a defensive stop and keep him off the field. I don't understand how teams don't realize this. And maybe Mahomes didn't have the run game behind him to do that. But
I had that epiphany moment during that game where I finally realized that, oh my God, I'm not as stupid as I initially thought I was because I realized what the Patriots are doing. And that's when I texted you.
Yeah.
I said, the Chiefs are about to have their worst nightmare. You're letting them run the clock down.
Yeah.
What?
And
this is what they do.
And they timed it perfectly. They gave Mahomes the ball with 3.5 minutes. He scored within a minute, and then they're like, okay, it's go time. We're gonna do what we do.
You give Brady the ball back with 3 timeouts left at the end of the fourth quarter. What do you think's gonna happen?
Okay, so I think if I was betting, I would bet on the Patriots.
Okay, but you want the Rams.
But I want the Rams to win so much, and they have the ability to win.
Yes.
I think it's such a close game that it's gonna come down to that 3 or 4 points, unless something happens where Goff and McVay get rattled and the Patriots run away with it.
Sure.
I don't think the Rams will run away with it. I think the Patriots, if there's a team that's going to run away with it, it would be the Patriots.
Sure.
And then we could see a repeat of the Atlanta Super Bowl where the Rams,
crazy game that
Rams
was.
come out hot and go up like 21-0. I could see that happening.
Yep.
As long as their defense holds up. And the Patriots should be like, oh, our turn. And just flip the script.
Oh my God. It's what we talk about with talks all the time.
Oh yeah.
Is that they just flip that switch and they start winning. And so
who do you have?
The Patriots. I'm not even going to give it a thought. I've made my mistake just this last weekend.
Yeah, and how do you bet against them?
I will never
anymore.
Again. I will never again bet against Tom Brady in the playoffs. I will never again bet against Tom Brady in the Super Bowl. Ever.
Yeah.
Did they lose last year? Yes. The Eagles just played better. The Eagles were a better team that year. But
the Eagles pulled a lot of weird stuff in that game.
But that's the thing. If you're going against a team that's so consistent that you have to pull out that weird shit.
Yeah, that's true. True.
And they did. And I have the Patriots winning that game. No hate, no nothing like that. I just think that they have the better quarterback, better coach.
All right.
There you go. Will, we've made it. And therefore, since we've rambled quite long enough, please plug the show.
You can find us on your favorite podcast services. Just search for HCS Pro Talk. We're on Google Play, Podbean, Stitcher, Spotify, Pocket Cast, and others. Leave us a review and let others know about the show. Join our Discord if you want to join the community discussion and learn about my horrible Monday. It's been a day. A lot of great stuff going on over there, though. Stream promotion for people just looking for more content. Just in real life stuff. Go check it out. You can join our Xbox Club or our Spartan Company. Search for HCS Pro Talk. We may get Achilles one day. We're also on some social media sites, Josh. We have a Twitter account.
Do we?
We have a Instagram.
Do we?
A Facebook.
Oh my God.
We're on YouTube.
Speaking of which, Community Playdate from the weekend is posted on YouTube. Check it out.
Yeah, go check it out there. And then the show gets posted on YouTube now as well, which is awesome.
Yep. Shout out to you, Marlon.
So, yeah. Check out the social media sites. We are also on Mixer, where we do stream those community playdates.
And eventually, the show.
Eventually. And also, we have our own eSportspedia page.
We do.
We talked about it before, but just honored to be a part of it.
It's official, Will.
Search HCS Pro Talk for all these items wherever you may be.
Hell yeah.
That's all I got for plugs.
Will. Ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for HCS Pro Talk, episode 56. Pretty sure it's 56. I may forget. It's a long show. I almost forgot what the actual number of the show was, Will. I apologize. But ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for us. We'll see you next week. Stay tuned for our next interviews, which are going to be with Zach of Money Matches and Denial, along with other companies as well, obviously, and Patrick, aka Blackbeard, of Denial as well. We can't wait to have them on the show, discuss everything that's been happening with Denial, among other things, so stay tuned for that. But until next time, we'll see you next time. Bye-bye!